Flip that over, square leg. Oh, he's off his feet. And it's gone for 4. Gee, that's well hit. He needs 11 off the last ball. He's hit that pretty well. Pen cutting once again. The strikers in control. And they get a leg by. It doesn't matter, because they will get up and win this game. The strikers, they only put 159 on the board, but they defended it valiantly. The strikers win by 6 runs. It's been some good bowling on both sides. Siddle picked up 2 wickets, and the strikers keep their finals campaign alive here at the Adelaide Oval. Well, welcome to everybody right around the country here at the Adelaide Oval. It is the first time that these two teams have met here. It's called the Sydney Smash. And the Sydney Sixers taking on the Sydney Thunder. And the Sixers sit at the top of the competition and on 32 points, 8 wins, 3 losses. Jackson Bird opening the bowling for the Sydney Sixers. A wonderful place to play cricket. And we are set to go with Jackson Bird and Usman Khawaja. And they're away, the Sydney Thunder. No one out on the offside, and he takes hold of it. Alex Hales, that's the first one tonight. Gone to the leg side. There's a man out, but he's quite square, and that's another boundary. This is a good start for the Thunder. Over point. There's a man out there, but he'll clear him by a long way. That is a massive shot for Alex Hales. And this time he's gone straight over mid-off. What about the hitting here from Alex Hales? Khawaja's after him, third man, this should be taken. It looks like it is. That is a great catch there. His first over might have been horrible, but that was something special.
Creeping in off the 70-metre boundary. That was a great catch by Steve O'Keefe.
Oh, it's a good shot, this from Callum Ferguson. That is one of his go-to shots. I reckon it's pretty close to clearing the rope. It is. Down the ground, takes on mid-on. Yeah, another one. Third for Alex Hales. Goes for that through the leg side. You can just tell as soon as he hits it, it's gone, and it brings up the 50. His 10th one in BBL cricket.
That's his shot, isn't it? The slog through. What a great 50 from Alex Hales.
Goes again. It's gone high, though. It'll be close. It's taken and flicked back in. Gee, that's good. He's a classic fielder. He's taken some wonderful catches, some BBL cricket. Jordan Silk. Finally, they break this partnership. Gone for that. Tie, though. It'll test the boundary. No, it won't. Thought for an instant there he might be in trouble. Billings.
Speaking of.
And just the one bounce, pretty well played there from Sam Billings. He had fine leg up, so he only had to get it over the ring. Takes on mid-on. Can he get there? He does. Good catch. Dan Christian.
Good hands. Useful wicket. Sam Billings, he's a good player. There we go.
Okay, we'll just swing that. How well's he hit that? Ben cutting into the chairs. Dan Christian to Alex Hales. Full toss over the offside. There's no one out on the offside. Not a great delivery to start the power surge. 4 off the first delivery. Oh, that's big. He's taken on mid-on. He's hit some big ones tonight. That is massive. I reckon that's the biggest one. Oh, he sucked me in. 98. What about this one? Could that be the 100? It is. What a knock this from Alex Hales. It is a hailstorm at the Adelaide Oval tonight. 7 sixes, 9 fours. First 100 for the Thunder. First one in BBL cricket, and what a time to bring it up. Oh, I'm not going to call that. It's close. Oh, just over.
You keep quiet.
I will. That's the 8-6 of Alex Hales. Top edge into the deep, and that one's taken. And of course it's Jordan Silk, his second catch tonight. And finally, they get a wicket in the power surge, and it's the big wicket of Alex Hales.
Well, this has been a really good over by Carlos Brathwaite. 9 runs and a wicket.
Oh, out over the top. Close to out.
Good comeback.
Still going. And in the gap, another boundary. Last delivery. McAndrew. This one will be down to Jackson Bird again, and they'll come back for the second. Gee, that's good running. Ollie Davies scampered through. What a score this from the Sydney Thunder. And a record total, 232 here at the Adelaide Oval. Outstanding for the Sydney Thunder. Welcome back, everybody, to the Adelaide Oval. This is the Sydney Smash. The Sixers taking on the Thunder. And that's what they need, the Thunder. They need some wickets, but the Sixers need 233 runs because they put a record total in BBL cricket, 232 on the board, thanks to Alex Hales, 110 on 56. No one out on the offside for Adam Milne. Balls it full and wide. He misses it. And it's a wide. Gets hold of that nicely and in the gap. Hits that shot well, doesn't he? Oh, that's a good shot from James Vince. McAndrew into the attack. First one goes square for a boundary. Down the wicket and over the top. All right, they're on. They're going for it. Certainly are in the first 4 overs.
Definitely going for it.
Just like that. Great shot. I mean, that was a beautiful shot. Alex Ross is a decent fielder. Had no chance there. Gee, time that one. Oh, it's just wide of mid-wicket. It's timed well. There'll be another boundary. Continuing his good form, Josh Philippe. Oh,
look
straight
out.
break. Doggett had to dog down for that. He's bowled really well in this competition.
Fielded.
Gee, that's close.
Right, and it's out.
Oh, that's very close. Josh Philippe.
Roll that through.
Not
Ball
about
in
umpiring.
hand.
I think he's
Ball in
gone.
hand. Stumps
Thank you.
broken. That's all I need to see. Ready to go to the board for my decision.
Shame.
Valiant effort.
Gee, that's great work from the Sydney Thunder. No, he won't get that one. That's a good strike. One bounce. Some good batting from James Vince. His English counterpart, Alex Hales, 110 tonight. He's on track. Vince, 5 done, 1 for 54.
No.
Thought you might have just gone no. That's what they needed. Ben cutting around the wicket, little chop on. Daniel Hughes, first time he's batted 3 for the Sixers this season. Sangham's second over. That sweep shot in the gap, sweetly timed. James Vince. Mid off, takes a good catch. Is that Ben cutting? It is. Sliding into it. And Bersanga picks up his first wicket tonight. Those two guys have been amongst it. And a boundary, pretty well hit from Moses Enriques. They needed that. Really well hit from Moses Enriques. 5th ball. Good shot from Moses Enriques over mid-off. Didn't quite get it in the slot. Adam Milne, and he paid the price. Good strike, Moses.
6.
That's the first one tonight.
There you go. There.
Power Surgeons brought it up. 50 up, 2 off 29 deliveries for Moses.
Yeah, 50. Bit scratchy early, but gee, the last 20's been good.
Inside edge, bottom edge, and out.
So unlucky.
Good catch. Hey? Sam Billings.
Yeah, that's a great catch. Moses Enriques went that far across. He's hit it between himself and the stumps, and Sam Billings just stood there straight into his glove.
Shot. Oh.
There's one.
Oh, that's a good shot. Gee, that's not an easy shot to play, but he's come across and scooped it up beautifully. The top edge with fine legs up, and he's nailed it. Oh, just over the rope too. Straight through him. It was a wild shot from Jordan Silk. Probably something they needed to go for it.
Well done to Brendan Doggett.
Left.
Yeah, well done, Brendan Doggett. Nice, straight, quick bowling.
Take it ready.
And that'll close it out. And in the end, it's Alex Hales, that man there with the golden hat, the golden bat. What about him tonight? 110 off 56 deliveries, 8 sixes, 9 boundaries. Massive win for the Sydney Thunder by 46 runs over the Sixers. They get one back against the...
Magnificent weather in Melbourne, and they're taking on one of the hottest teams in the competition. Punters everywhere, the kids love it. Bucket hats.
Layla will look to swing this new ball. We just heard Aaron Finch talk about that. We look to swing it in, try to hit a front pad. Like there was a little bit of shape in as well. Brand new white kookaburra. Nice start from Fletcher as well, right in the middle of the bat.
Gets it through. Short square boundary first of the night.
Well, that's a poor start from Imad Wazeem.
Smashed square. Jumped all over it.
Unless you get a short one at the body like that.
That's poor ball.
Comes down and belts it. Wide and mid off. Good batting.
Yeah, proactive batting from Fletcher. He's been staying deep in his crease and trying to play up the back foot.
Bowl him! Room, Fletcher. Layla strikes.
Yeah, after a maiden over, this one's been exciting. 11 off the over and finally a wicket, and it was a change of pace the first time he tried it.
Goes again. That's struck nicely better. It's well played. Beautifully struck.
It was a similar length to the previous delivery that got a bit of overspin this occasion.
No. Just can't reel it in, our man. It was beautifully struck.
Well, it's exactly what he didn't want. Aaron Finch, you heard him talk to Jack Prestwich about.
Hit hard, but has he got enough of it? No! That's big. That is a big, big wicket in this game.
Well, it's the length that we heard Aaron Finch talking about. Back of the length and straight.
Yes.
Going straight away.
He has gone straight away.
Going straight back to the dugout. Looked like one of those ones that catches the backside of your thigh pad, the little bit on the bottom of your thigh pad that just hangs down. Sometimes grabs the underside of that and actually goes back towards leg stump.
Not got the trip, I don't think. This is big. This is big. Fraser McGurk parked under it. Good, safe pair of hands. Maxi gone for one.
Well, I wonder if it is that he starved at the strike and wanted to go big straight away. So I think the partnership was 17.
Good hitting. Not right out of the middle, but far enough. First of the night for the River Gum Cricket Club. They've had to wait a while. 12 struck. Picked that off beautifully. Dumped it into the vacant seats over the dugouts. Around the wicket, Hatsoglu. Here we go. No. Never getting past the big mitts of Webster. Good start, it brings a wicket.
Just massive, isn't it? We've seen it on numerous occasions. The power surge isn't a surge in runs, it's actually a surge in wickets.
Straight away, a half volley and a boundary.
He was climbing to that long half volley, wasn't it?
Got him! Big power surge over this one.
Big over. It'd be amazing pitch map to have a look at here, because the one thing he has been is unpredictable, and it hasn't hurt them runs-wise. It's only 6 off the over, but they've picked up a couple of wickets. Hit it over mid-wicket. There's a big area there, a big gap there, and he goes to that area now. Great strike there from Larkin. For the first time, he's gone over the boundary.
He's thought that out nicely, actually.
Another one. How many times has the ball gone down there tonight? 50 for Larkin. Again, third man, and Aaron Finch can't believe it. The width provided. 4 from the final ball for Larkin, who finishes on a well-made 61. That's what it looks like. Winning the bat flip and electing to bat the Stars. 6 for 158. Renegades need 159 to win. They haven't done it too often this year. They would love to take this game off the crosstown rivals, the Melbourne Stars. And this is huge for the group in green. They managed to find a way to win this game. They jump up into second and start to eye off a home final. Shaun Marsh, very stylish batsman. Here we go.
I like the look of that from Coulter. He's charged him then.
Got him! Smashes into the stumps of Shaun Marsh.
Wow.
Great result for Coulter.
That's an absolute cracker. The off-cutter that Ricky Ponting was talking about, that's pitched middle.
Beautifully struck. That may just get Aaron Finch rolling. Beautiful shot. Picked the gap right out of the middle.
Crunched it, absolutely crunched it. Long half volley, be disappointed with that.
Oh! Onto the stumps. That just sums up the tournament Aaron Finch has had. He cannot believe it.
Well, I can't believe it either, because I thought that was so far down the leg side that the only way they could hit the stumps was off the keeper's pads.
Well struck. Good hands from Harper.
That's a great shot, isn't it?
Good hit. That's too good. Fraser McGurk. Bang.
That's the slower ball bouncer.
Straight down long on's throat. Shame. Fraser McGurk's got to go. Another wicket falls for the Renegades. Like that. Nice.
Good, better. Line up the leg spinner, clear the front leg. Bang! Maximin. Sammy Harper on the front foot, pull shot.
Yeah, he's gone. That looked close, live. Finger was up. So just as momentum was going the Renegades' way into a power surge, they lose a wicket. Their most established batsman.
That's good hitting. Brilliant. Long boundary, got there easily.
It's good evasion from the umpire as well.
That hasn't got the trip. Koch parked under it. Pretty simple for a keeper. 14 from 17 for Prestwich. fact, make that 14 from 18.
Yeah,
he's got to go.
Safe to say that experiment didn't work in the Melbourne Renegades.
Oh, no! That's gone miles back. Second tier. Big bomb. Jeez, he's got some weapons, Maxie.
Yeah. I don't think he's very happy there, Hilton.
Oh, no! That's enormous! Second one, he's pumped into the second tier. Oh, what about that over? 19 from. They need just 6 off the last. Nuts! 553. Walk off, Bo Webster. You reckon that doesn't mean something to this young group?
That's a super win. Absolutely magnificent win. And look at him on the bench. Oh, how happy are they?
Brilliant run chase. They win it by 5 wickets.
Welcome back to the MCG. Still 37.5 degrees as this game's about to start. It is a sweltering evening here in Melbourne town. And it's a game of cricket. The boys already told you what's at stake here for these two. Sydney Six have already clinched. They know they're going to be playing in the finals. Just a matter of where they are going to finish up. They've got the eyes on the biggest prize, and top spot is still theirs to be had.
It's not far away. First ball.
That's it. Straight back over the bowler's head. 2 bounces. Smashed into the onside. That's good from Matty Wade, and he's away. Slower ball, belted. 4 more.
He's away, Matty Wade.
Wow. No stopping that.
Wow.
That's right out of the middle.
Missed it.
Smashed hard. And over. Darcy Short, the long levers. Oh! What about... That's long.
Wow.
That's all the way. Third 6 of the innings. Straight down the ground. Shortest way home. Big ball.
He liked that straight away, Matty Wade.
4 more. Everything working for Hobart. Adam Griffiths, you'd be a happy man, I'd suggest.
So far, still 10 overs to go, but everything's working for us at the moment. Hopefully it keeps going.
Straight down the ground and big. Another 6. Third of the night for Matty Wade.
Shot.
Look at that. All the way, 50 up for Darcy Short. Over extra cover. Sparkling hitting from Matty Wade. Moves into the 80s.
Wow, he's not far from those 3 figures, is he?
Into the gap, 4 more. We've seen some hundreds in this comp recently. Alex Carey, of course, and then Hales. We might be on the way to another one. No. Didn't get anything of it. Manenti's able to walk in and take the catch, but that is the end of a brilliant innings from Matty Wade.
Yeah, no, he was just wanting a little bit more pace. He was unable to ramp it efficiently to get over that 45.
Oh, McDermott didn't catch it at all, and it's going to fall into the hands of Sean Abbott. So that's big.
The other one too. Normally goes the off cutter. On that occasion, it was the leg colour.
Bowled Wonderful skill from Sean Abbott.
Perfect Yorker, wasn't it? Execution. 72 brilliant runs.
Oh, well done. Great work from the skipper.
Gets a couple of hands on the ball.
Straight up in the air. Felipe struck very firmly, but picks out the man, James Vince.
Nice and calmly, and more importantly for the Sixers, it's another dot ball.
It's a great finish. That might be a run out, making an even better finish.
Overs ago.
Wonderful defensive work with the ball from the Sixers has given them a look in this game. If you can ever be disappointed with 188, the team in purple might be, because they had a platform that was getting them up comfortably above 200, and there's some really dangerous hitting in this Sixers lineup. Oh, that's gone a mile in the air. That check bat swing, and that's gone all the way. Give it out. Philippe's walked a long way across.
Pretty well out. There's a bit of an angle on that one. Bluey, you're the umpire here.
Well, that didn't look as out as the other one, to be honest.
And couldn't get hold of it, Blue.
Hughes not got that anywhere near well enough. The wickets keep falling. David underneath it.
Problems.
And that's gone a long way. 20 rows back.
Massive job.
Catch it.
Getting over the man for more.
Okay, only takes a couple of overs.
And Moses starting to roll.
Pushing the button.
Good hitting.
Oh, yeah, that helps you.
Hey.
That's helped you.
Gee, Shippy, you got some nice momentum at the moment, and then, of course, you got Dan Christian still to come too.
Moses goes again. Oh, wow. That's his fourth six. Oh, straight away. Lemashane. Bang, bang.
And it goes in between bat and pad. There it goes. He plays for a leg spinner.
Good hit. Step hit all the way.
Pump him up. More of a leading edge back to Ellis, and Ellis is having a good night. Gets his third wicket.
Jordan Silk's played really well. Half century, first one of the tournament. Silk over extra cover, good boy. 4 more.
Yeah, that's nice from Jordan Silk.
He got that? Has he got that? No! Picks out the man who's shelled a couple. Ooh. Smashed back at the bowler. 4 runs. It ended up a good game of cricket. It just fell short, the Sixers, but don't worry, the Hurricanes would have been nervous.
No doubt about it. And they made some errors too, didn't they? They lost a lot of wickets.
Yeah, that set the game up for the Hobart Hurricanes, and this is what it looks like. They've jumped up into 5th. They take on the Renegades in their last game. They have given themselves a look at the finals. And for the Sixers, that lock on a top 2 spot becomes a bit wobbly. Your mob, the strikers, Bluey, may be pouncing. And this is what the game looked like. 188. The Sixers through Moses, and then Jordan Silk was superb. They gave themselves a late look, but in the end it was the Hurricanes by 7 runs.
Hello everybody and a welcome to the Adelaide Oval. 41 degrees in Adelaide at the moment, so it is very hot and stifling at the moment for both teams. Sydney Thunder, they're taking on the Adelaide Strikers. Both these teams coming off wins in the competition. The Thunder on third position at the moment, and the Strikers are sitting just outside the finals. They're on sixth position, so these two teams need to get going. The Thunder just need to win one game. You'd have to think that the Adelaide Strikers need to win both their games to make sure they get into the finals. They're heading to the leg side. Uppishly, good strike, and that boundary. Ollie Davies couldn't get it. So, a scoring shot, the first one for Alex Carey, is a boundary. Oh, another half volley and through the offside. Oh, this is a good start. Ominous signs. And the Dogger into the attack. And Carey again. That's 4-4s. It looks like a good batting pitch out there. Straight into the action here. That's his first boundary.
The final.
Ooh. It's a shout he's given him. There you go. Alex Carey's gone. McAndrew with a slow ball. He's looking back at the umpire. You only thought you would
hit him outside.
Yeah. There's another one pulled away and in the gap. Good shot from Salt. Reverse, just in the gap. So a bit of relief there from Jake Weatherall. On the ground and in the gap. Gee, it wasn't that wide of mid-on, but he hit it so hard. Straight up in the air. He's got enough on it. No problem.
Dropped.
Another one. Long and over the top. Ollie Davies.
Off his mark.
Keep it. Well.
Yep, freeze it there. I'm satisfied with that. I'm ready to make my decision. I'm going to the big screen.
I think you're on your way, mate. You are. So Weatherall's had a couple of close shaves with the runouts. This time he finally gets done. Over the top. Got no protection there. And he knew about that bend cutting. You bowl that line and that length. And take. And that's flicked and in the spot. That's what they needed desperately, the sixes. Not a bad shot there from Travis Head. Didn't try and hit it hard, just try to get bat on it. Taken on through mid-wicket. Pretty well hit as well. It's only the third six. Dogger, that's full and given. Beautifully bowled. He's just continuing on from his last over.
Geez, bowled some good Yorkers, Brendan Dogger. That's about the sixth one that's been right on the money. Well bowled, Doggett. And
Renshaw, the new batsman. Oh, that's out. Straight away.
Picked him off as well. He's given an uppercut.
He's cleaned him up, but he's on his way first ball. No, he's on a hat-trick.
Gee, that's good bowling. You don't get any better than that. Yorker, death bowling.
इस शादी सीजन सबकी नजर होगी सिर्फ तुम्हारे स्टाइलिश ब्रांड्स पर। गोदरेज एक्सपर्ट रिच क्रीम हेयर कलर 10 गुना ज्यादा एलोवेरा की देखभाल नए गोदरेज एक्सपर्ट रिच क्रीम से। इसका नो अमोनिया क्रीम ग्रेस कवर करे पूरी तरह और दे स्टाइलिश ब्राउन्स और सॉफ्ट शाइनी है। गोदरेज एक्सपर्ट रिच क्रीम इस कलर में है देखभाल।
Rules are rules, black and white.
Black and white rules. Watch now on Sony Live.
Rules are rules, sir. Black and white.
मैं कौन सा रेनबो मांग रहा हूँ? Call it black and white rules.
Rules are rules, black and white.
Black and white.
Yes, please.
What do you like? Jake Weatherall back up at the top of the order and just dropping Phil Salt down to 3.
Yeah, I do, Richo, because they've been so successful over. For a decent period of time, and we look at that, the number 2 on the list, aren't they? Wade and Short, we saw how good they were back together last night, so they've been tremendous. But Carey and Weatherall, are a decent combination. But I like the fact that they did drop Weatherall back to number 4 or 5 at some stage because he wasn't getting the job done. It was a little kick in the pants that he needed, I reckon, and he probably realises that it is a great spot to bat. You know, in T20 cricket, opening the batting, you've got so many scoring options. So I think he probably learnt a little bit about his game as well. But they need to perform tonight. It is all on the line, as we keep talking about.
Certainly is. And then third on the list was obviously Hales and Khawaja in this opposing side. But the toss, well, it was won by Fergie and he elected to field, which we felt was a little interesting, given the moist conditions still. There'll be a little bit of moisture out there on the surface, and for the fast bowlers, might just be juiced up a little bit, the deck, having been under covers. And what was there, about 20 mil of rain in 2 hours.
That's right. It's remarkable that the ground has been able to recover as much as it has. So you look at the top 6 of both of these teams. I mean, they are 2 of the absolute elite teams as reflected of where they are in the tournament, 3rd and 4th. Carey, Weatherall, Salt, Travis Head into the lineup, Ryan Gibson and John Wells versus Hales, Khawaja, Ferguson, Billings, Alex Ross and Ben Cutting. Maybe slight advantage to Thunder in those comparing the top 6?
Yeah, look, I think so. And that's why I've liked them right the way through. There's good squads right the way down. You know, the Renegades even have a good squad, they just don't perform. But the fact that they've got, to me, all bases covered, you've got to have that middle order hitting, you've got to have a good start at the top, and so I've got Thunder slightly ahead, and that Rashid Khan factor is going to come and cost them at some stage, the fact he's not there. Here we go.
Adam Milne, fresh off an unbelievable spell.
Don't you reckon, Blue? I mean, they filled the gap, hadn't they? Rashid Khan, when he left, I thought they'd start to slide a little bit, the strikers, but they've been able to fill the gap. It just goes to show that they've got a good squad.
Yeah, well, Jason Gillespie said that's why you do have a squad, to cover, you know, whether it's an injury or one of the internationals has to take off. But I just heard one of the Thunder players say after that first delivery to Adam Milne, here we go again, Milne, because he was so good yesterday.
Quick single, they're considering 2, but have to be satisfied with 1. 24 deliveries, and he only conceded 6 runs. It was a brilliant bowling display.
Certainly was. For someone as quick as that as well, because he's, you know, got high velocity. So normally, you know, the quicker the bowlers, you can leak the odd boundary here and there, whether it's an edge or you know, inside edge past the stumps. Something freaky happens like that, but to bowl a spell like that, that's got to be, it's got to go down as one of the great spells.
Yeah. So first delivery for Weatherall.
Yeah, he's really working at trying to take that ball away too. Just the seam has been good in the first delivery, the third delivery. So there's probably with that cloud cover, we can just see there's a little bit of cloud cover there. It's going to be moving around while this ball is hard. And it might stay hard for a lot longer.
So plenty of cloud around at the moment. Our weatherman, a.k.a. Greg Blewett, says no more showers. So hopefully Duckworth Lewis Stern method won't be coming into calculations. 14 over match. It's a leading edge.
Leaving on that one, you saw Richard was angling into leg and ended up probably straightening to middle stump. How's the radar looking, Blue?
No, looks good. Slats. And yeah, I was interested as well because we heard from Travis Head, if he had won the toss, he would have bowled as well. So I think both teams think that there might be a little bit more weather around, possibly. But as far as I can see on the radar, looks pretty good to me.
And as for the layman, that helps the team batting second as a general rule.
That's right. With the Duckworth-Lewis system, Stern, shortened again, the team batting second has still got their 10 wickets in hand.
Yeah,
so if it comes down, you know, to a 10-over game, they've still got their 10 wickets.
Well, they've had a good start here, the Sydney Thunder, courtesy of Adam Milne. The New Zealand quick has backed up what we saw yesterday. Can he finish it off? And there's a big shout. They've just flicked the pad on the way through. Not out, says the umpire. Great start from Milne. A league bye in that, only 2 off. No wicket for 2.
इस शादी सीजन सबकी नजर होगी सिर्फ तुम्हारे स्टाइलिश ब्रांड्स पर। गोदरेज एक्सपर्ट रिच क्रीम हेयर कलर 10 गुना ज्यादा एलोवेरा की देखभाल नए गोदरेज एक्सपर्ट रिच क्रीम से। इसका नो अमोनिया क्रीम ग्रेस कवर करे पूरी तरह और दे स्टाइलिश ब्राउन्स और सॉफ्ट शाइनी है। गोदरेज एक्सपर्ट रिच क्रीम, इस कलर में है देखभाल।
तो है कहाँ तुम्हारी गर्लफ्रेंड?
She is not my girlfriend.
Good call. Over a sari and a petticoat.
जी आपका पिज्जा आया था।
पिज्जा कहाँ है?
वो तो गोविंद सर ले गए।
More pizza? You don't want a drink? Cocktail or pizza party?
Whiskey.
Yes, please.
Black and white.
Come, have a drink with us, guys.
Yeah, good decision. It was tight to the inside edge, but just off that thigh.
So Brendan Doggett with ball in hand. Sam Billings joins us. Sam, thanks for wearing the mic for us. You went up with a bit of a shout. Come to him straight after this. Oh, runs away for 4. Just getting past a diving Billings going between keeper and first slip.
Yeah, dissected them both. It went quickly and it went low. But Sam somehow got through there.
Yeah, snuck through as he's just sprayed me as well, so yeah. He doesn't want to damage his teeth, so fair play to him.
You're happy to be fielding first?
Yeah, absolutely. I think these shorting games, one guy gets going, especially with short boundaries, it's tough to stop. Oh! And I mean, with the weather around, you never know if it's going to a bit of rain later as well. So yeah, I think it is the best decision personally.
What about confidence? Isn't it remarkable? Adam Milne bowling with so much confidence now.
Yeah, I mean, I had 3 years at him with Kent. He's been fantastic for us over there, and his skill level's phenomenal. He's just had some torrid luck with some injuries, so it's just great to see him back bowling quickly and high skill as well. That was going a long way.
It was, well taken.
Have a look around. What about clouds? Sam, give us a quick weather report while you're out there.
Well, it feels more like England, I'll tell you that for free. But no, I think it's just quite humid, so hence why it's swinging a little bit. Like I said, I don't look at too many apps with the weather and stuff, so I'm not too sure what the radar's looking like now. But
looking very clear.
Get down, get down. Brilliant, Milne.
Yeah, well fielded.
And Sam, you had to get over the disappointment of yesterday pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a kind of tournament. Games come thick and fast, and look, we just didn't play well. That is simple as that, really. We've been a great batting unit all year, and yeah, we just batted poorly yesterday. And yeah, quality doesn't change overnight. It's just a bad day. Draw a line under it and go again.
Get back to you later, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
This is a good start for the Sydney Thunder. In a rain-reduced match, only 14 overs, I think they would certainly take only conceding 7 runs, closing in at the end of the second over.
Yeah, they just want to do some damage with this new ball, Richo, given that it is moving around. Now, if you've got that movement, you really want to take a couple of wickets, particularly if you can nick off Carey early. You've got a real chance here.
Quick single. Carey keeps the strike. 6 off the over. No wicket for 8.
हीरो बनना है तो MPL खेलना boy like a नारियल cool macha shopping like a superstar helping rowdies full par अब हर गली से हीरो निकलेगा जब सारा इंडिया MPL खेलेगा डाउनलोड करो MPL.live से MPL
इस खेल में वित्तीय जोखिम शामिल है इसकी आदत लग सकती है कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें
रूल्स आर रूल्स सर ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट
मैं कौन सा रेनबो मांग रहा हूँ कॉल इट ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट
रूल्स आर रूल्स ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट
Yes, please.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Look how close it is there. He's like an inch off the ground. Look how close he is there. He's about an inch out of his ground at the other end.
Jeez, he'd like his time over again, wouldn't he, Jake Weatherall? With the first one, he's standing right there. Put your bat down.
It's hysterical.
Nathan McAndrew's been terrific this tournament.
Ooh.
Very good start by the Thunder. Just 8 runs for the Strikers so far. And, of course, this is the last over of the power play.
Yeah, and the thing is too, Blue, when you're used to playing your 20 overs, which goes quickly anyway, and then you reduce it to 14, you know, adjusted to a 14-over game. So 8 are gone before you know it. So pacing yourself.
Well, Carey decides to get aggressive, and he's going to unfortunately hit it straight to Alex Hales. We've spoken a lot about Carey and Hales. They combine, but it won't please the Adelaide Strikers. They lose their star opening bat.
Great reward for the Thunder. They have started this game extremely well. Their fast bowlers have been right on it, and they get their reward. They get the star out. Alex Carey, who's been in such great touch. 1 for 8.
Rules are rules. Black and white.
Black and white rules. Watch now on Sony Live.
You got to think about it as a movement, that symbol of progress.
That's why certain books are classics. That's why certain movies never get old.
To come from nothing and make something out of ourselves, man. That's iconic in itself.
Phil Salt traditionally has been a dashing opening bat, batting at 3 now, with Weatherall going back up at the top of the order. Nathan McAndrew gets his 15th wicket for the tournament. He joins Kane Richardson and AJ Tye on 15. Jai Richardson's been the tearaway leader in the Golden Arm with 26, but McAndrew's had a wonderful tournament. Weatherall aggressive. And he'll be able to collect 2.
Yeah, just expect the outfield to be a little slow, a little bit sluggish, but here's the wicket again. Absolute toe in then from Carey. Didn't really commit to the front foot and just looked a little bit half-hearted with it. And you've got the star batsman being caught by the star batsman of the opposition. Massive, massive moment because the Thunder have started from ball 1.
Good ball.
Now, just reiterating that point, you shed 6 overs out of a T20 match, and you've got to be pretty well on it mentally to know how hard to go, when to really try and target a bowler, because if you're missing out on 2 or 3 overs of really jumping on some bowling, you're not going to get the total you need.
Yeah, 8 runs off those first 2 overs. So effectively, they've almost taken 1 over out of the 14, making it a 13-over bowling inning. So, yeah, the Strikers need to get a bit of a roll on now, but it's been the Thunder, which has been after the disappointment of yesterday, they've started really well, getting over that disappointment. They're right on it here.
Oh, he's placed that beautifully, Weatherall. That'll run away for 4. Nothing wrong with the outfield. They've done a great job mopping it up and just scoots away for 4.
Yeah, that's a really nice shot from Jake Weatherall, so it's not all bash and crash. There's still room for just a little bit of batsmanship, just opening the face of the bat there and playing it nice and late. New third man was up and was good enough to get it to his right-hand side of the fielder.
Six off the over, 1 to come, and the wicket of Carey. Weatherall keeps the strike with a single. So 7 runs off the over, 3 overs complete. 1 for 50.
Rules are rules. Black and white.
Black and white rules. Watch now on Sony Live.
You got to think about it as a movement, that symbol of progress.
That's why certain books are classics. That's why certain movies never get old.
To come from nothing and make something out of ourselves, man. That's iconic in itself.
All available to bowl. So we've got a 14-over match. That power surge can only be taken after the 7th over.
Yeah, a bit different just having one, isn't it? And you take one over to go crash, bam.
He's been cutting with ball in hand. There's a bit of a width, and Weatherald not able to capitalise. Of course, no X factors tonight as well.
No, that's right. I was just going to say that. 15 and under, if it's reduced to that, you can't have an X factor. So, big job here for Ben Cutting. He's enjoying his time at the Thunder, having played all his BBL with the Heat. It was a disappointing loss of contract, and then picked up by the Thunder. But from all reports, he's really enjoying his time there.
He's having a good tournament with that, actually, and he's developed a new slower ball this year, which I've liked. Seam up, and that first one swung a little bit.
I don't think there's any harder working cricketer than Ben Cutting. He really does. He thinks long and hard about the game, but just the physical exertion he puts into his practice, trying to improve all the time.
Of course, we barrack for him because he's engaged to a member of our team, Aaron Holland, so we've adopted him as part of our extended family.
I'm not barracking for him.
And places that to allow two. And of course, she became a sensation on social media when she did an absolutely breathtaking duet with Michael Slater.
Oh, that was in
where was
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
We did it impromptu in the commentary box, and then
Didn't look impromptu.
But then they took to air. They thought it was
really
just so amazing.
And it's interesting that we haven't put it to air.
No, it's there though. If you want to, no, please don't. No, please don't do it.
Any record labels been in touch?
But she's a serious singer. Like she's trained, and I was the very poor guitarist and trying to play the. It was out of, what was it? Tell me something. Yeah, anyway, I can sing it.
Trust me, it was better than that. As we zoom back to the cricket.
Star was born. She was a great Lady Gaga, let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, you never know. If a little rain falls, we might be able to dig it out. But apart from that, we'll just pop it off to the side at the moment.
No, please not.
Jake Weatherald's important here for the strikers. Gets a bit of width there, and the placement's beautiful. Starting to hit his straps.
There's those hands again from Jake Weatherald. That was a very full delivery. You can see, just open the face. Got it past the fielder. Excellent batting.
Just a bit too full, wasn't it? Nearly a Yorker. Nearly a Yorker. But he's amazing talent. So he's got himself going here, 19 from 15. And 3 boundaries in that.
Gets width again. Placement not as good. So has to be happy with a single, but he keeps the strike importantly. 9 off the over, 1 for 24.
You got to think about it as a movement, that symbol of progress.
That's why certain books are classics. That's why certain movies never get old.
To come from nothing and make something out of ourselves, man. That's iconic in itself.
When will spin come in with Chris Green, or a young man who's been a revelation this tournament in Tanveer Singh? Tanveer Sanger, ball in hand. What a tournament for this young man. Youngest ever to be contracted with the Sydney Thunder, and he's rewarded them this year. 20 wickets in the tournament.
it's brilliant, isn't it? I love seeing this new talent emerge. Generally bowls, gets the ball to turn, but his go-to ball to the right-handers, that wider one. Oh.
Waiting! Fergie, that's awesome.
We were just acknowledging last night, though, Richo, just, you know, these leg spinners in the game and how much they mean. Namashane last night, he gets 2 great wickets and changes the course of an innings. And they have such an impact. And you find that all the way around the world in these leagues. You've got a couple of good spinners and you've got a good leggy in there in particular. I know Green's really important for the Thunder as well. Probably hasn't had the tournament this year that he's had previously, but he's been a very good T20 player for a number of years.
Yeah, so he's sitting on 12 wickets. Chris Green, you mentioned, but Jai Richardson, what a tournament. Tanveer Sangha, the youngster. The all-time record was Daniel Sams for the Thunder last season with 30 wickets. That included finals. Phil Salt with a slog sweep. Has he got a top edge on that? He's in trouble. Chris Green looks around and says, sorry to Rick Unite.
Yeah, the man we were talking about, Chris Green, well, he's got a role to play with ball in hand. Well, he's got the ball in hand, but it was a sky ball to him. We saw early in the BBL he had one of these and he got lost in the lights. He had to bail out. But on this occasion, very comfortable and right there on the boundary rope. So straight away, Sanga's involved and gets another wicket for his tally this year. Salt gone for 1. It's 2 for 25.
सुविधा शुल्क से लेने वाला और देने वाले दोनों को फायदा होता है। अच्छा? हाँ, आप ऐसे समझिए, आप जो वो चौधरी अंकल को बोल के अपना वेटिंग टिकट कंफर्म करवाते हो, कैसे करवाते हो? घूस देके थोड़ा ना करवाते हो, देते तो सुविधा शुल्क ही हो। और आज देखो, चौधरी अंकल स्विफ्ट डिजायर चल रहे हैं, हम यहाँ सिर्फ डिजायर से चल रहे हैं।
सही है बेटा।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक, आई है नए किस्सों की गुड लक, सिर्फ सोनी लिव पर।
Travis Head, the skipper, the Australian Test player, comes out. We need another Travis Head special for the Adelaide Strikers. Something like the New Year's Eve special, which was a night that we'll never ever forget.
Yeah, really good player, isn't he, Travis Head? We've seen Wade come back and play, and that innings last night was just brilliance. So, you know, the guys that have been involved in the Test squad, they have a real chance to express themselves back in this BBL.
What's the music?
So the DJ had it on overdrive.
Brilliant, Greeny. Run him out, run him out.
He's just always saying that. It's this easy single, run him out. He's a good character.
He's a good lad.
He's been great to have mic'd up.
Can't shut him up.
Well, any keeper. Any keeper.
Oh, he's just about landed everything this over. Right where he wants it.
So 1 to go in the over. Only 2 runs off.
Down.
Head works him leg side just for a single. Great over, Tanveer Sangha. Thunder on top at the moment. 3 off that over. 2 for 27 after 5.
Harshad Shantilal Mehta. Big bull. Man of integrity. Harshad is a hero.
God.
हर्षद मेहता है कौन? शेयर मार्केट इतना गहरा कुआं है जो पूरे देश की पैसे की प्यास बुझा सकता है, और मैं इस कुएं में डुबकी लगाना चाहता हूं। देखो, मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता, पर जेब में लाइटर जरूर रखता हूं, धमाका करने के लिए।
Weatherald and Head. Just new partnership. Jake Weatherald's batting beautifully and dog it back into the attack.
There's the dimensions of the beautiful Adelaide Oval. Of course, it's always been a long hitch straight, 84 metres, and to the side, quite short, 56 metres. Yeah, towards that eastern side, which is the right of screen.
You've got to try and make the most of that, don't you, Blue? At some point, it can get you in trouble as a batsman too. I mean, you know you've got it there. You know you've got a shot. And so,
just waiting at the moment for the DJ.
No, he's getting carried away. He's really loving his own music.
And it's real old school stuff too. Brendan Doggett says, stuff it, let's go. It's up to Travis Head. Hey, Sammy Billings, DJ seems to be, he's on the Red Bulls tonight, is he?
I didn't hear a word of that, sorry lads.
So the DJ just wants to keep playing and playing, does he?
Hey, sorry?
The DJ!
Oh, the DJ!
Hey, Sammy.
Oh, unbelievable, I know. We haven't had a night out in a while, but geez, come on.
We need a few moves, maybe, between deliveries.
No chance.
He's got it cranked up.
But that's one bowled. Bowled, Dougie. Oh, unbelievable. He's on one, isn't he?
There he goes again. Hey, Sam, you couldn't have got off to a much better start, though.
Absolutely, and you boys were slating the ball first, weren't you? So, no, we've done well, like I said, these two are quality players and explosive players as well, so a couple more wickets would be really, really good, but the boys have been brilliant. I mean, the bowling performance yesterday was sensational, and they just kept that going, really.
Yeah, well, just saying, like, there's only 8 overs after this one.
He's skinny. Yeah, it's... I mean, I played in the T10 last year, and that was just ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, it takes 20 minutes. So, where's he spraying? Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Sorry to interrupt, Sam.
No.
How dare you play cricket?
No. That's the most serious I've seen Uzi in 4 weeks. Oh.
Shot. Unfortunately, just picks out the fielder. Hey, Sam, we're scared of Uzi, so we'll jump out of your ear. Get back to work.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
Great chatting to you, mate. Sam Billings, he's a bit of fun.
He's a lot of fun.
He's just copying it from Uzi for chatting to us.
Telling him to concentrate. He's got the serious face on. That's good to see, actually. That's what it means. That's what it means. I think Sam will always play his cricket in that vein. Right? That's why he's so good mic'd up, because he'll have a bit of fun, but he's actively involved now, making sure the fielders are in the right position.
Another good over, only one off it. That's a width. Has he placed that well enough? Yes! A great diving attempt, but he's hitting it beautifully at the moment.
And Slaps, we were talking about the dimensions of the ground, and Phil Salt, who got out, he was trying to go to that short side. I reckon sometimes the players get too obsessed with that shorter side. I mean, see, that's going to the longer side, but if you hit the ball well, you're still going to get great reward.
Yeah, well, Salt went to what he thought the short side was, but he went at a 45, so it ended up being a very long boundary. So you can get sucked in by it, definitely.
So single off the last delivery, so 6 runs off the over. 6 overs complete, 2 for 33.
सुबह का नाश्ता भी तो हम ही बनाए थे, हम सब कर लेंगे यार।
वो छोड़ो, मीनू क्या है बताओ।
अरे मेनू यार। हाँ वही।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक, आई है नए किस्सों की गुड लक, सिर्फ सोनी लिव पर।
Come on, get out now. You never win with violence. You only win when you maintain your dignity.
Some passionate Adelaide Strikers fans hoping that they get a move on, that young man says.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll try and target Chris, and they'll try and now maybe work these shorter square boundaries. But the fact is, what he tries to bowl, Yorkers, big, tall, action, comes in, fires them quickly at your feet. He's got varying pace. Those figures are pretty good, actually, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's been contributing nicely. That's what he does, Yorkers. So he's played a lot in the Caribbean League.
He's now captain of Guyana.
Yeah, and he was the youngest captain a couple of years ago. He became the youngest captain ever of a franchise over there. He was associated with a franchise in the IPL, so he's getting a name for himself around the world.
Hey! Well, cost him. Good glove work from Billings.
But I think if you face him, you're trying to wait for the one where he misses, which is just short of a good length where you can up and under it. But he doesn't give you too many. If it's his day on, he is in there firing Yorkers. We talk about Yorker bowling. Well, he's probably the best, and he's an offie.
One, Rossi, yeah, brilliant. Run him out. Run him out.
He's one of those annoyingly talented sportsmen who had to choose between sports. Tennis was his other one. His
parents played, didn't they?
They met at Wimbledon.
Yeah.
At a players' party. His father's South African, his mother's English.
Yeah.
Met at Wimbledon. And his brother is in the top 500 in the world in doubles. Trying to make a living as a professional tennis player. He chose to play cricket.
Catch.
Has he got too much of that? Yes, he has.
Wow.
Straight to Milne. So Green gets a wicket. It's a huge one. It's Travis Head.
Yeah, sure is. The Thunder are right on top of this game, and I reckon Green was good enough just to see Travis Head advancing down the pitch, and he just threw it a little bit wider, made it really hard for Travis Head to get decent contact. And the skipper is gone now for the Strikers. 6.3 overs, 3 for 35.
Your uncle was a spy, and I think you are too.
Alex is bright and determined, and he questions everything.
Pace and feet, screw my face to the beat. I am the dropout, the cop out. They scraped off the.
You have no idea what you're getting into.
I've got a lot of power like King Kong or Kim Jong. Never try and test me with your pretty little sing song.
Alex. Alex. People want you to be someone that you're not. You're Alex.
Adelaide Strikers have sent in John Wells, who's a busy player, elevated him up ahead of Ryan Gibson.
Yeah, he's missed the last couple of games too, got dropped. Hasn't had an unbelievable tournament. So he was left out for a couple of games, and they've lost a bit of patience with Matty Renshaw, so he's dropped out. So John Wells, the previous couple of years, have been magnificent batting through those middle overs. And don't his team need him right now?
400 plus runs last tournament. So he was a standout. What can he do? That's what he traditionally does. He's always busy. Sprints between the wickets and gives Weatherall the strike here.
Another look that one. Yeah, there's no doubt Green saw him coming and then pushed it wide. And that's why in the end Travis Head couldn't get anything on that, and that's had no legs, straight to the man on the fence. And even a miss hit, you've got a chance if they're short square boundaries. Just a reminder, this match is like a final. These points are just crucial. You want to finish in 1 or 2 position, give yourself a chance.
Oh, Greenie.
He's bowling a really good over.
So this is 3rd versus 4th. The Strikers are 3rd, Thunder are 4th. For those who are joining us just at the pointy end of the tournament, 3 points for a win and 1 point for a bonus point, which is the high score at halfway. So I would think that this bonus point looks very, very achievable when the Thunder get an opportunity to bat.
Yep. Well, it is after this ball, isn't it? So 37. Going to be 43.
And it's just going to be 37. What a terrific over. 4 off the over and a wicket. 7 overs, 3 for 37.
Hello, Alex. Your uncle was a spy, and I think you are too.
Alex is bright and determined,
to the beat. I am the dropout, the cop out. They scraped off the.
You have no idea what you're getting into.
I've got a lot of power like King Kong or Kim Jong. Never try and test me with your pretty little sing song.
Alex. Alex.
People want you to be someone that you're not. You're Alex.
Righto, John O'Well's nickname, Wellsy Chompers. Well, yeah. Sponge. Worst habit, 3 putting. Well, that's a lot of us. Hidden talent or passion. I can smash down food pretty quickly for a little fella. So he's good on the fang. Most annoying teammate and Mike. Alex Carey always tags me when the footy comes out at training. Right, there you go. Alex Carey.
I thought his 104 metre 6 BBL 07 when he hit it on the roof of the O'Reilly stand should have been on that graphic. That was a moment we won't forget. McAndrew's second over.
Yeah, so the lengths have been interesting, haven't they? They've been on it from the first ball. I think that's why the strikers are reeling at this stage. 65% in that length area, and there's been a wicket in that area as well. So a good congregation. And then once you've got that base covered, then you start to alter slightly depending on what the batsmen are doing, and you can vary your pace with that. So, you know, they've been outstanding. The Thunder are on it, and it's very rare, isn't it, that you lose against a side yesterday, you get a chance to get back at them the next day. And they did it against the Sixers too, didn't they? They were able to come back, having been beaten by the Sixers. They then walloped them in the next one, making over 230.
Yeah, it's just confirmation, isn't it, how even all the sides are. I mean, you know, keep putting the points table up, it is just neck and neck the whole way. So any given day, if one of the teams is slightly off, they'll get done.
Well, they've got to get a hurry on soon. This is the 8th over. Current rate 73.
Double whammy. He's been hit in the helmet, then he's run into the bowler.
He's had a shoulder charge. And
the umpires will call medical out now to have a look. It's just mandatory.
John Wells at 5'0" and 60 kilos or 70 has run straight into the big man from Wollongong, the engineer.
So slight stoppage in play. We've been seeing this. It's almost won a game.
Dr. Jeffrey Verrill there, the doctor. He's based in Adelaide. Still owes me a couple of crayfish too.
Oh, does he? Does he?
Yeah, he promised me a couple of crayfish. He's got a couple of pots.
Right. But why does he promise you?
Well, he said, I'll get you some crayfish. Right. But that was about 3 years ago. So every time I see him, I keep bringing it up.
I dare say that he's going to charge you in the end. He'll say, I've got a good price for you, Blue.
No, freebies.
Well, I'd be hoping, but if it's been 3 years. Gibson next, then Nisa, Worrell. So, top order, apart from Weatherald. So, Weatherald's he's the key. He's got to take this as deep as he possibly can, but he's got to be the man to explode as well, and then just encourage the others to come to see an example.
Give us something. He's 30 out of 39. What's the percentage there with your brilliant maths? That's a high percentage of all down to Jake Weatherall.
76.9.
That's what you do.
Those figures are so economical, and it just rams home the point that we're making about them starting first ball. 14 overs, one way or the other, with the bat or the ball. If you're on the money, the Thunder have obviously been hurt by yesterday's loss, and they just want to change the fate for themselves. It's not about doing anything other than playing the best game they can today and trying to take those maximum points.
And that's one way of watching the cricket, not necessarily leaning back like that. But right from the start, the Thunder have been on.
Yeah, they have. There was a good start by the Thunder. Alex Carey just pulled the trigger, tried to get some momentum into the innings, and then Phil Salt came out, tried to go to the short boundary and just didn't quite get it well enough.
No, he ended up going quite long, didn't he, in that 45 angle, and then Travis Head, obviously a massive wicket. Every time you can dismiss him for under 10, he only managed 2 off 7. So batting is proving very difficult. It was lively early too, wasn't it? It was a little bit of swing, hitting the bat hard.
So we've had the helmet check and also the various concussion checks. And we're back ready to resume play. So much at the hands of Jake Weatherall facing McAndrew.
It's been quite unbelievable. I mean, 7.4 overs that have been bowled now. Normally, by this stage, there'd be a slight momentum shift. You know, the opposition team would have, you know, got maybe 12 off an over or something like that. There's been nothing so far, and it's a shortened game.
No, we're just looking at those figures. You know, Milne went for 1. 12 off 2 overs, 8 off 1.4 overs, 9 off 1. I mean, it's extraordinary. And there's too much of this going on.
We always talk about, you know, we never judge a pitch until both teams bat on it. So maybe with the rain around, could that have had an effect on it so quickly? I mean, they're going less than 5 and over. If it was a 20-over game, you'd be worried, let alone 14 over.
I think it's livelier than it normally would be, Blue.
Yeah. Well, he's out of...
I don't know, it looks pretty good to me, to be honest.
I know this is your side, not doing so well at the moment.
And another swing and a miss. The dot balls are regular there, and McAndrew jogs off. He only concedes 2 from the over. 8 overs complete, 3 for 39.
The brand is actually iconic.
DuPont is knowingly poisoning 70,000 local residents for the last 40 years. Our government is captive to DuPont. They're trying to force you to make me stop.
Are we bad parents?
Probably.
Get the stroller. I have the best family. I think that happens, right?
Oh my God!
Strikers in any over are yet to reach double figures. It has been tough going. Even the Blue crew are struggling to get up and about, Bluey.
Well, I've just given Bluey a hug in the break there, just to settle him,
lift him.
Well, just to remind him that he's got to be commentating in some sort of neutral fashion at times, not get so emotional.
Tanveer Sanger, his second over. Jono Wells works that beautifully. Where did he end up hitting that ball?
I reckon it was a wide.
It was just about off the pitch, wasn't it? And that's, as I was saying, with Tanveer Sanger, that's his go-to. The wide one to the right-hander, but Jono Wells just had to keep going further and further away.
It's a good strike by Chompers. He made that early move, didn't he? But that's improvisation. Look, this could be the over. This could be the over that goes for 20. Because they need one somewhere. Maybe not even 20, 16. Have an over of 16.
Yeah, best over for the Adelaide Strikers is 9.
Yeah, they've had a couple of, well, they've had a 7 and a couple of 6s, but far too many in the 2s and 3s and 4s area. So it's been a real struggle.
Some worried boys on the bench there. Not a lot of chat going on.
None more than big Dizzy Gillespie, the coach.
Yeah, Travis Head and Jason Gillespie having a bit of a chat. Everyone else is just sitting there stunned, I think.
Yeah.
It's placed it beautifully too.
Decent sound off the willow. Oh, it was a real crack.
There you go. This equals the best over so far. 9. 3 balls remaining. Just has been rattled, I think, from that first shot from Wells. Just how he got across and just turned it a wide into an onside shot and found the gap.
So what can the young man do to respond? Off the over, 2 to come as the strikers are really targeting young Tanveer Sanger.
It's tense, isn't it? Because you know the strikers have got a charge now. 5 overs after this one, Blue. And they 8 and over from here is around 90, 92. You feel they need every bit of that?
They got that 1 over up their sleeve too, haven't they? The power surge. That's his area, John O'Wells. It's where he scores so many runs, and of course the Thunder have blocked that off for him, so he only gets 1. And then the 50 comes up for the strikers.
So the crowd roars. The bad news from these rain-affected stats, you start looking at players that really flourish in rain-affected games, and Alex Hales, 257 runs, averaging 42 at a strike rate of just short of 180 in rain-affected games. He's to come soon. There we go. Over the top. Yes. Alex Ross jumps, but he can't get there, and Sanger's really been taken to task. 17 off the over. 3 for 56.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
They're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't get there in time, we will lose 1,600 men, your brother among them.
It's taken a while, but finally, the first 6 of the night, $500 going to Plantagenet Cricket Club, and look at them. They're pumped. I've tried to pronounce it about 900 different ways.
They know what you mean, Richo.
I reckon I got that.
You got it?
He's been cutting. Oh, the leading edge. Lucky for John Wells, just falls into neutral territory.
Plantagenet?
Yep.
That's what I thought you said, Richo.
So last over, 17. Finally blew something.
Yeah.
It's the over they wanted.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. This is an important over, isn't it, for the Thunder? Let's see whether Ben Cutting can just wrestle back that momentum that the strikers got in the last over. Started with a slow ball, nearly produced the wicket. Leading edge from John Wells, just over the right-hand shoulder of the cover point fieldsman. Weatherall's the man. He's just starting to get going. 41 off 31.
Yeah, and he's brought up 1,000 runs at this very ground, Bluey. So they're the most runs.
Well, he's about to. Ben Cutting to Weatherall.
Weatherall's moved into the top 5 6 hitters for the Comp 2, 18th, 6th.
Yeah, well, you just look down the bottom. I like that timeline that you just see to the far left, the singles, the dots, 3 dots, and then that last over. You're starting to see, 4-1-4, a couple of singles, 6. So that's got to stay somewhat in that vein. Doesn't have to be too reckless, but you've got to keep finding the boundary now.
Well, you have to think the strikers need 120, I'd say.
I agree.
Rashid Khan.
It looks a long, long, long way away. Well, I think they've thrown
12 and over.
They've thrown a point away, haven't they? Because you assume that the Thunder are going to knock the point off. Oh, jeez.
Try that again. And the point you're referring to, the bash bonus point, who scores the most runs at the halfway mark, so at the 7 over mark, the Adelaide strikers were 3 for 37.
That might have been close to a waste high no ball too.
Remarkable what 3 hours can make. 21 mils of rain in a 2-hour period in Adelaide, and now a beautiful sight. The iconic Adelaide Oval.
Good bowl. Yeah, I'll be lucky with our ground. Sorry, Blue. Just the drainage. They're all brilliant. But Gabba's outstanding. We saw that. There was a huge storm up there, but yeah, really, really good.
Well, that rain came at a good time because there was a fairly serious fire in the Adelaide Hills last night, and then it flared up again this morning. Huge homes were lost, so came at a good time, that rain.
Yeah, I saw some really disturbing pictures from some mates of mine who, good news is, all okay. No doubt a lot of property loss, so our thoughts are with everyone in that area. Australian summer can be so harsh. So we get towards the end of the 10th over. Sort of onslaught can the strikers mount in the last 4 overs. They're up against a world-class bowling attack of Milne and Doggett and McAndrew.
So just a little bit of lack of discipline. These wides have come from attempted slower balls that he's just been ill-directed with. But the attitude, you've got the surge, of course, they've got the over, where they can go hard, get the fielders back in. But they've got to take it on like the last 4 overs of T20 match. Like it's like 16 to 20.
So he just needs 5 more for 1,000. The big milestone that Michael Slater mentioned is looming. And that might run away for 4 of them. And no, well done. Geez, a good athlete. Nathan McAndrew made an enormous amount of ground.
He's a good cricketer, isn't he? He's built like a tank, but he moves well. The athleticism is excellent. Very, very good. So we've seen his bowling. He can smack him as well with the bat.
Jake, he only got 2 there. Into the bend, cutting over. He concedes 7 off that over. 4 overs remain. It's 3 for 63.
सुविधा शुल्क से लेने वाले और देने वाले दोनों को फायदा होता है।
अच्छा?
हाँ, आप ऐसे समझिए, आप जो वो चौधरी अंकल को बोल के अपना वेटिंग टिकट कंफर्म करवाते हो, कैसे करवाते हो? घूस दे के थोड़ा ना करवाते हो, देते तो सुविधा शुल्क ही हो। और आज देखो, चौधरी अंकल स्विफ्ट डिजायर चल रहे हैं, हम यहाँ सिर्फ डिजायर से चल रहे हैं।
सही है बेटा।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक, आई है नए किस्सों की गुड लक, सिर्फ सोनी लिव पर।
So 4 overs remain and the Adelaide strikers say it's now or never. Let's take the power surge. The windmill action, giving a little bit of room under the arms for the Rexona to go to work. And Adam Milne to bowl his power surge over. So that means only 2 fielders permitted outside the inner circle now.
Milne was always going to be the man, wasn't he? When it was called, he was coming into the attack. So hard to get away.
Yeah, I think ideally the strikers would have loved Weatherall on strike at the start of the over, but I think they've just got to the stage where they feel like they just need to change this game. This is the 4 overs to go.
So Milne conceded 1 off his first over. He had 1 for 6 yesterday off 4 overs. Gives width to Wells, who punishes him. Backward a point, 4.
Well, that's a good shot. That's a good start. That's the area that you say he likes, Bluey.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Thunder haven't got one there. Alex Ross is behind point, but you almost need a couple there. Rarely will he smash you through cover. He's so strong through that area.
Just lays all that weight back. And then it's just the lever, the hands and the arms. And again.
Great placement. That was the key there.
Well, just got to get a bit straighter. Any width outside the off stump. That was probably about a 5th stump line, maybe. And he just, look at the balance. That's his go-to.
Well, he just sits back for it. It almost looks like he's sitting back. He's got his back leg bent, and he's just waiting to put anything through there. So he's got 2 in a row. Perfect start to the over. All of a sudden, the strikers are accelerating.
Just loved your demonstrations. Lots of memories coming back of one of the great square cutters. Used to just launch the square cut at the start of a test match.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Richo. Michael Slater, great cutter of the ball. Just out almost a helicopter finish as well.
Swinging off his feet.
Often at the start of a test, I'd be saying, now, let that one go, let that one... You know, it just happened. It just happened. It's like Gussie Fraser from England one day. He said, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I was just playing a cut. She said, you're a cane cutter. That's all you are, is a cane cutter.
So Weatherall's turn now. Wells has got this over, off to a fly, 9 off 3. The power surge over.
Well, it's got interesting all of a sudden, hasn't it? Because this is a good spurt of runs here, Blues. So 72, 3 overs after this. You sort of start to think of, not going to get to that 120 that you mentioned, but start to see 110, between 100 and 110.
Bit of power left in the sheds. Nessa, Gibson, Worrell can give it a good belting.
So for Milne, 1 for 6 off 4 overs yesterday, and remarkable what 24 hours can do. He bowled 2 overs in the power play and an over in the power surge, and bowled the 20th over. So they didn't hide him.
No.
Been a little different today.
No, well, the wides we've seen from Cunning and that last one from Milne are all these slow balls.
So Weatherall is able to loft over the infield, gets enough of it to run away for 4. There's the beauty of the power surge. He gets 1,000 runs at Adelaide Oval, and he's 2 away from another half-century.
Yeah, it wasn't right out the middle of the bat from Jake Weatherall. It's hit the outfield and skidded on a fraction. That 115 was in the final, BBL 7 against the Hobart Hurricanes, one of the great knocks.
He gets enough, and he gets it fine. What an over.
Massive over.
That's his 50, 18 off the over. Such an important knock for his team.
Yeah, brilliant. There's still a ball remaining because of the wide. And Thunder just not finishing with the ball the way they started. And that's come from some good innovation, some good stroke play. And this man on screen, Weatherall, not Milne, 52 of 36.
There he is. He's got the blue crew right up now. How can he finish the over? They've already got 18 off it. Huge swing and a miss. And over called. 11 overs complete. 3 for 81.
Harshad Shantilal Mehta. Big bull. Man of integrity. Harshad is a hero. God.
Harshad Mehta है कौन?
शेयर मार्केट इतना गहरा कुआं है जो पूरे देश की पैसे की प्यास बुझा सकता है, और मैं इस कुएं में डुबकी लगाना चाहता हूं। देखो, मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता, पर जेब में लाइटर जरूर रखता हूं, धमाका करने के लिए।
Adam Milne concedes 18 off the previous over. He's most expensive for the tournament. Strikers, 17 off the 9th, 7 off the 10th, and 18 off the 11th. They're trying to fight back.
Yeah, all those overs will do it for you, Richo. They're the fight back overs. Only takes a couple, and you're back in the frame. I think they are. As Green gets the responsibility now. 1 for 4. It's that Yorker again. That's that one. He specialised. Yeah, so his first over went for 4. This is the big over for him and for the strikers.
Misfield, a rare misfield from Green. I think he just sums up T20 cricket the way he takes that big breath before every delivery, because they're mini contests in the major contest.
Yeah, you're right, Richo. That's just part of his routine, isn't it? Gets himself set. Gets his field right now, has a bit of a chat, and then he'll just pause and know exactly what he wants to achieve out of that delivery. Big deep breath, and then pull the trigger.
That's it. It's like each ball a set play.
It's got plenty of that. That is beautiful. Lofted over extra cover for 4.
That was hit. That was hit so hard. And that's the one he misses. He pushed that a little bit wide, but just missed the length. That's the up and under that you're after to those short boundaries. Look at the execution. This is a terrific innings.
Just about shot of the night, that.
I agree.
It's good response.
The other thing too with Green's bowling and those York lengths, that people or the batters are afraid to sweep him as well, because he's so fallen on the money. They can probably get a little lap away, but very hard to swing hard at a Yorker length.
Yeah. He's probably sort of LB bowl chance. He had a tough time with it last year, let's not forget.
No, that's right.
Had a look at his action. He's had to do a bit of work. It's hard to come back from. He was trying to prove you wrong.
Well, there was the attempted sweep, wasn't it? But
that always happens.
Wasn't very successful.
No, that's right. Goes with what you were saying perfectly.
Well, it's just hard to get under, and he actually missed his length a little bit.
Yeah,
that last one. So, decision time for Jake Weatherall. He'll know that Green's trying to bowl it that length. So, what's he going to try and come up with?
It's a 55-run partnership off 35 here. Just what the strikers ordered.
Almost got that deep cover right behind cover that's inside the circle.
He's hit that beautifully. Green is just ruining it. Dropped it short enough for Weatherall to get up and under, and there's 6. 15 off the over, 3 for 96.
Hello, Alex. Your uncle was a spy. And I think you are too.
Alex is bright and determined, and he questions everything.
Pacing feet, screw my face to the beat. I am the dropout, the cop out. They scraped off the.
You have no idea what you're getting into.
I've got a lot of power like King Kong or Kim Jong. Never try and test me with your pretty little sing song.
Alex. Alex.
People want you to be someone that you're not. You're Alex.
So Jake Weatherall starting to really hit his straps. A couple of 6s, 3 for the match. And that'll certainly please a cricket club about 100 k's away from Albany. There's another 500 jumping in to buy some more kit for them all.
Yeah, that's the 120's on for you, Blue. All of a sudden they're set for that 120 you mentioned earlier. This number of 6s, there he goes. He's 4th in play now, so that's outstanding. And haven't they needed them tonight? Yeah. It just shows your back end can be as productive, or a lot more productive than the way you get off.
It'd surprise a lot of people. I think people would straight away consider Chris Lynn will be in a 6-hitting comp and Alex Hales, but not necessarily Jake Weatherall.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but he's got really fast hands.
Yeah.
He's got an enormous amount of talent, this guy. And sometimes he gets in his own way, but when he gets going, he's dynamite.
What do you mean by that, Blue? Just the way he thinks about the game?
Yeah, he never switches off, really. I mean, it's in one way it's a strength because he's just continually wanting to get better and better, but also, you know, probably doesn't allow himself enough time to switch off in between, you know, games and training sessions. He's just
too full on.
Oh, he just loves the game, and he wants to be the best cricketer he can be, but he's a bit of a tinkerer as well because of that. So,
like you on the golf course.
Big shout and gone. Doggett got it full enough. John Wells looks around, surprised. A huge breakthrough for the Thunder. Momentum swings again.
Oh, look, plum to me. Unless there was bat, which I didn't think there was, you're not going to get any more out than that. And Doggett's been so good at nailing his Yorker. And the Thunder, that's a good time to take a wicket with that partnership building. John Wells out. Busy 21, 4 for 98.
Arshad Shantilal Mehta. Big Bull. Man of integrity. Arshad is a hero.
Fraud.
Arshad Mehta है कौन?
शेयर मार्केट इतना गहरा कुआं है जो पूरे देश की पैसे की प्यास बुझा सकता है, और मैं इस कुएं में डुबकी लगाना चाहता हूं। देखो, मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता, पर जेब में लाइटर जरूर रखता हूं, धमाका करने के लिए।
Ryan Gibson, he's had a good tournament. A couple of cameos that have been important for the strikers. Only 97 runs in the tournament, but that 43 not out in particular was important.
It's good for Gibson. Just get Weatherald on strike.
Yeah, the Thunder, if they could get Weatherald now, then it just helps them for that final over. And for the strikers, 66 off 41. It's been a bit of a one-man band, but in 14 overs, you can go about your business with one man doing this. You shouldn't be losing 10 wickets in 14 overs. You can get one guy going hard. Bonus.
Interesting shout, that. Yeah, the replay might be interesting.
I think it's missing off stump. There we go. Showed you whether we're going for that little lap. And yeah, it's going to miss off.
Three off the over and a wicket, a good fight back. Oh, over! Tanvir Sangha just couldn't get there. 100 comes up. 1 over to go. Sublime from Weatherall.
The brand is actually iconic.
हम आलू डाल के पीले चावल बना रहे हैं।
तैयारी कहते हैं उसे।
क्यों? डिसअपॉइंटमेंट नहीं बोलते हैं।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक, आ रही है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक जल्दी।
DuPont is knowingly poisoning 70,000 local residents for the last 40 years. Our government is captive to DuPont. They're trying to force you to make me stop.
3, 8 4s, 3 6s, striking at 162.
You look at 70 out of 103, 68%.
Gibson gets the single, importantly. So what can Weatherall do?
It's not a bad percentage, is it, of the team total? So can he finish it off? It's been a treat to watch. 8 4s, 3 6s.
It's been a little gem, hasn't it? Considering, you know, the contributions from the other end.
Kept losing partners. 3 for not many. 3 for 35, in fact, and he had to keep his head and know that it was going to come.
So they've got it to nearly 8 runs and over.
Yeah.
So, you know, in a normal game, it's 160.
They might be in trouble here. Over! Alex Hales couldn't get there. It must have been literally centimetres in it. He muscles it down the ground.
Wow, well, you said it right there. That was just muscle. Obviously, it's got to come out of the middle or close enough too. As we're talking about the Adelaide Oval here, and while it's roped in, it's still a huge hit. Again, it's the slower ball. The slower ball has been not executed as well as they would have liked in these latter overs. So they're 111, 3 balls remaining. Bluey was calling for 120. He might start smiling then.
We've got a ball game.
I think we're back in.
We've got a ball game.
We've got a game on again. It
Totally.
was 8 overs, 9 overs in.
You just saw
but we've got a game on our hands.
So 72 runs off the last 6 overs.
There you go.
Great acceleration. Well bowled, and Gibson pretends to look for 2, but was really happy to give the strike to Weatherall.
Well, I think we've got a little lap shot coming here from Jake Weatherall. We saw it in the previous over. He missed the first one off Doggett, and then he was good enough to get it over 45, and he'll feel like Mill is nailing his Yorker. So will Ferguson change the field? Fine legs up.
Just hammers him down the ground. 1 bounce to Hales. We've got to go back for 2.
Good running.
It was a good plan. Even if they sacrificed it, it was a good plan.
Yeah, very good from Gibson. Good game awareness. And Hales just not enough on that throw. Just a weakish throw.
No, it could have been a run out, couldn't it? If he attacked a bit more, maybe got to him that quick.
6 for a 120. Bluey says, you're telling me there's a chance. Well bowled. Alex Ross restricts it to 1. Beautifully batted. Jake Weatherall. That is a brilliant 80 not out off 47. 4 for 115.
76 runs off the last 6 overs for the Adelaide Strikers have got them back in this game, but has to be said, Thunder would be reasonably happy if you had said that at the start of the game. 14 overs, you restrict Adelaide to 115, they probably would have taken that.
4 for 115 on the back of a Jake Weatherall, 80 not out off 47. A very short innings break. Stay with us.
राहुल के पास है। राहुल को पकड़ सकते हैं हम तुम। कौन मैं? हाँ तुम, बस तुम। उफ़।
Come on, get out now. You never win with violence. You only win when you maintain your dignity.
हम आलू डाल के पीले चावल बना रहे हैं।
तहरी कहते हैं उसे।
क्यों? डिसअपॉइंटमेंट नहीं बोलते हैं।
कभी कभी जहाँ अंत होता है वहीं शुरुआत होती है। वैसे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं बदला है इस परिवार में। एक बाप है जो अभी भी बिजली विभाग में है और इनकी स्कूटर उतना ही माइलेज दे रही है। बड़े बेटे अन्नू मिश्रा जो बिजी विदाउट वर्क हैं और छोटे बेटे अमन मिश्रा जो रोज किताब खोल के रट्टा मारते हैं और बंद करते ही सब भूल जाते हैं। और हमेशा की तरह सबसे अंत में आती है एक माँ जो आज भी खीर में अमृत भी है।
और नहीं टपका तो
तुम्हारे कहने से नहीं टपकेगा, टपकेगा और पूरा परिवार आपदा विपदा से बचा रहेगा।
मम्मी ये आपदा सुने थे, विपदा क्या होता है?
इधर आओ, इधर आओ।
क्या है?
ये होती है यार,
ये होता है बापदा। आपने तो सोचा होगा कि मिश्रा परिवार की किस्मत अब बदल ही जाएगी।
गैस एजेंसी का लाइसेंस तो चाहिए यार।
पर जो बदल जाए वो कहानी होती है, इससे नहीं।
तो बोले पापा बिजली विभाग में, कुछ ले दे के एडजस्ट कर लो।
तुम क्या बोले?
हम बोले हमारे बाप ने बचपन से ईमानदारी की चरस फूंक के रखी है।
भैया अगला आदमी तुम्हारा बाप है, समझे?
कार्ड पे जिसका नाम होता है वही जाता है शादी में।
अरे पापा सपरिवार ही तो नहीं लिखा है।
तुम जाओ, तुम्हारा बेटा जाए बेइज्जती करवाए।
पापा हम कमिटमेंट कर चुके हैं।
बेटा मुनीस बहल वाली शकल हो ना तो सलमान के डायलॉग नहीं पेला करते।
19, 20। नए साल में रिश्तों का गुड लक है, कहानियां नहीं। ये तो अलबेल है, किस्सों की गुल्लक है। तो फिर चलिए मिलते हैं सोनी लिव पर।
वो छोड़ो, मीनू क्या है बताओ।
अरे मेनू,
अरे मन्नू, अरे मेन्यू यार।
हाँ वही।
Good morning.
Morning, son.
Your temperature's almost 101.
My daughter's very worried that I might have this virus. What's it called?
Keep learning more things about this disease. I don't know. It is not right.
It's not diverticulitis, it's COVID. We've both been exposed.
I want this to be over.
We all want it to be over, Sean.
I need to not feel sad because everything sucks. People are dying and we can't help them. And what is worse, you're not there.
You ready to move on?
No. But he'll still be with us, right?
शर्मा जी और इनके फ्रेंड वर्मा जी लास्ट ईयर दोनों ने ही केबीसी प्ले अलोंग पर वो खेल दिखाया कि इनाम पे इनाम पाया। पर इस साल शर्मा जी की तो निकल पड़ी।
केबीसी प्ले अलोंग गोल सब्सक्राइब किया और हो गए लखपति।
और वर्मा जी बिना जाने समझे हो गए दुखी।
बिना प्ले अलोंग गोल जीते कैसे जी? सब्सक्राइब करना ही पड़ेगा क्या?
अरे नहीं भाई, केबीसी प्ले अलोंग फ्री में है, बिल्कुल निशुल्क। बस रजिस्टर कीजिए, खेलना शुरू कर दीजिए पहले की तरह। आप जीत सकते हैं नकद राशि और ढेरों इनाम। हो जाइए विराजमान यहाँ हॉट सीट पर श्रीमान।
बस ये लो, अभी
मौका अभी भी है। प्रणाम।
सुविधा शुल्क से लेने वाले और देने वाले दोनों को फायदा होता है।
अच्छा?
हाँ, आप ऐसे समझिए, आप जो वो चौधरी अंकल को बोल के अपना वेटिंग टिकट कंफर्म करवाते हो, कैसे करवाते हो? घूस दे के थोड़ा ना करवाते हो, देते तो सुविधा शुल्क ही हो। और आज देखो चौधरी अंकल स्विफ्ट डिजायर से चल रहे हैं, हम यहाँ स्विफ्ट डिजायर से चल रहे हैं।
सही है बेटा।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक आई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक, सिर्फ सोनी लिव पर।
Sony Live brings you unlimited gaming fun with more than 50 free games. Play solo and challenge yourself, or crush other players in exciting live matches and win massive cash prizes worth lakhs of rupees. Ready to win? Download the Sony Live app now.
इतिहास रातों रात रचा नहीं जाता और उसके कई पहलू हम तक पहुंच नहीं पाते। उरी सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक्स के बारे में हर हिंदुस्तानी जानता है और उसके पीछे की असली कहानी हिंदुस्तान को जानना अब भी बाकी है। दुनिया को यह तो दिखा दें कि इंडिया सिर्फ महात्मा का देश नहीं है, बल्कि सुभाष चंद्र बोस का देश भी है। जैश-ए मोहम्मद का सर काटने का इससे अच्छा मौका नहीं मिलेगा। हमसे ज्यादा उन्हें खबर है हमारे कैंप की।
आपका कोई भी सीक्रेट मिशन दूसरे देशों से हमारे रिश्ते खराब कर सकता है।
सर वक्त आ गया है कि हम उनसे उन्हीं की जुबान में बात करें,
लेकिन इस जवाब का वक्त और तरीका हम चुनेंगे।
Boys, let's make history tonight. Are you ready? Yes, sir.
हमारे 40 से 50 जवान बॉर्डर के उस पार अपनी सांसें गिन रहे हैं। अगर उनमें से एक भी पकड़ा गया तो ना हम उस बात से मुखर पाएंगे और ना ही उसे बचा पाएंगे।
अबू हफीज को मारे बिना हम इस स्ट्राइक को जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पाएंगे।
Streaming now on Sony Live.
Good morning.
Morning, Sean. Your temperature's almost 101.
My daughter's very worried that I might have this virus. What's it called?
Keep learning more things about this disease. I don't know. It is not right.
It's not diverticulitis, it's COVID. We've both been exposed.
I want this to be over.
We all want it to be over, Sean.
I need to not feel sad because everything sucks. People are dying and we can't help them, and what is worse, you're not there.
You ready to move on?
No. But he'll still be with us, right?
Point 2-1 and over. We're moments away from the Sydney Thunder making their way out to the centre of the Adelaide Oval. It's a brilliant sight, the old scoreboard at the Adelaide Oval. It's a refurbed Adelaide Oval, and everyone's done a beautiful job blending the old with the new, and the rain has gone away. Just quickly, some work on the wicket at the moment. Theo, we might have a slight delay.
Yeah, it looks that way. That's the drawback of the short turnover, I suppose. The players are out there ready to go, the batsmen and the bowlers, and run up some marks. But the groundsmen still need a couple of minutes to paint the lines and roll the wicket. Gee, they've done a fantastic job this afternoon and this evening, haven't they? I mean, water was everywhere. The ground just absolutely flooded, and we've managed to get a ripping game in, guys. So just look, a couple of seconds extra for the blokes to get off the field, and we'll be ready to go.
Theo Dropoulos doing some great work for us on the boundary line. 4 for 115, the Adelaide Strikers. And at one stage, the halfway mark, they were 3 for 37. And Michael Slater, they were in disarray.
They certainly were. And now the Strikers have got themselves in with a real chance. The problem is the top two there in the green. Khawaja Hales, 490 runs. That's BBL 10 this year. The best partnership. And Hales missed out yesterday. I'd like that to be the case again. Khawaja, very steady. He's had his game face on today, hasn't he? But it's set up for a beauty.
What a start, Dan Worrell. Dan Worrell knocks him over.
Oh, what about the start for the Adelaide Strikers? Usman Khawaja walking off going, what was that? Where did that come from? A big pooping in-swinger. That's why they brought him in, Daniel Worrell. It's been hot and humid since that rain has gone, so a little bit of swing around, and he's right on the money. Probably clipped the pad first, back onto the stumps, and an unbelievable start for the Adelaide Strikers. Khawaja out, first ball, 1 for none.
Hello, Alex. Your uncle was a spy. And I think you are too. Alex is bright and determined, and he questions everything.
Pace and feet, screw my face to the beat. I am the dropout, the cop out, they scraped off the...
You have no idea what you're getting into.
I've got a lot of power like King Kong or Kim Jong. Never try and test me with your pretty little sing-song.
Alex. Alex.
People want you to be someone that you're not. You're Alex.
BBL, well, look at the line without swing. as opposed to with the in-swing. That's dramatic. And that's what does you most times. An exceptional start.
Bowling in a beautiful line and length. Gets an outside edge. Ferguson avoids more from Worrell.
Yeah, the strikers obviously have, picked Worrell because of the conditions. He's come in for Briggs, the left arm orthodox overseas player. Probably thought that the ball might get a little bit greasy, so it was hard for the spinner to hold, and thought just being a little bit humid that there might be a bit more swing in the air. So
good move.
Not many better around with a swinging ball than Daniel Worrell.
You can nick Hales off here. Anything leaving you like that, if he gets the length right, anyone can nick it. He's just wafted at this one, chasing it. So nearly a little tickle on that. So feel that Hales has got to get through this final ball. Let everything settle.
Maybe we got ahead of ourselves conceding the bash boost point. Maybe 37 after 7. What a good over, Daniel Worrell. Only concedes 1, takes a wicket. It's 1 wicket for 1.
Arshad Shantilal Mehta. Big bull. Man of integrity. Arshad is a hero.
Fraud.
Arshad Mehta backward.
शेयर मार्केट इतना गहरा कुआं है जो पूरे देश की पैसे की प्यास बुझा सकता है, और मैं इस कुआं में डुबकी लगाना चाहता हूं। देखो, मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता, पर जेब में लाइटर जरूर रखता हूं, धमाका करने के लिए।
So still about 25 degrees at ground level at the Adelaide Oval. Really starting to mug up, really humid. That's why we're seeing a lot of swing from Daniel Worrell. Michael Nessa too will aim to shape the ball, guys. And still a bit of seam off the surface after all the moisture around. So a bit of a fast bowler's paradise in T20 for a change.
Certainly is. So Nessa has been punished though by Ferguson. Gave him some width outside off stump.
Yeah, nice that from Callum Ferguson. Got to keep playing their shots, even though they've lost that first one. Still sweat on the loose delivery, and he got some width from Nessa. A little bit of outswing. Ferguson's a very good player.
Well, that's his strength, I think, through that zone. Works really well from cover to backward point.
Wide on!
Yeah, with that swing in the air, Nessa's very good too. Of course, he plays all his cricket up at the Gabba and normally shapes that red kookaburra. Can swing it both ways.
It's just great to see him playing. I mean, he's such a talent, but unfortunately, he's behind an unbelievable bowling cartel for Australia. So he's basically carried the drinks and warmed up, and been a net bowler for the whole summer.
Well, that was like seeing Abbott back out there again.
That's right.
Enriquez.
Yeah.
Now, these guys have been loving being around the Australian squad, and I'm sure that's just magic to be part of all that. But to be back out there playing, it's awesome to see them. There's the old man, Sids. I wonder if he still eats as many bananas as he used to.
Looks as fit as ever. I know he's been doing an absolute plethora of cycling at the moment. It's his
road cycling.
Road cycling,
yeah. It's very addictive.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of it. Down the ground. So Hales gets in on the action.
No, once you're into it, it's very addictive, and you'd like it, Richo. You're not a cyclist, are you?
No, I am. I know. I've just started. Just picked it up.
Oh, I see. Once you get the tights on, the nicks. Once you get all that kit on, mate, and I knew you'd be the man for it.
You saying that you haven't donned the Lycra?
No, I have, but I haven't for a while, as you see. That's why the arm's here. I've got to get back out on the side.
Being so close here, my head looks awfully big. I can see why Brayshaw Oh, here's an outside edge. Oh, there's a carry. Just short.
Yes, lucky there. I thought that was certainly going to carry.
John Wells, a great diving attempt.
Oh, it's just short.
Just didn't quite pick it up early enough. Wells, he's sort of on the back foot a little bit, which just cost him that split second.
9 off the over, 1 wicket for 10.
हम आलू डाल के पीले चावल बना रहे हैं।
तहरी कहते हैं उसे।
क्यों? डिसअपॉइंटमेंट नहीं?
You never win with violence. You only win when you maintain your dignity.
Who would have thought? Favourite golf course? Dubai Hills. Doesn't play much golf, Alex Carey. Go-to karaoke song, Avoid at All Costs. Do you know that one, Slutsy? But anything from Fleetwood Mac, if I had to.
would do once I heard it.
Any pets? A Border Collie.
And Alex Carey joins us on the mic as well, which is great. We're just learning a little bit more about you, Alex.
1 sec, boys.
Let Peter Siddle have his first delivery. Here he comes. Drops short. Oh, little Paddy Renshaw on the field as a sub-fielder.
That's it.
Alex, thanks for wearing the mic for us. 116 to try to defend. Can you do it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we saw the other night, yesterday, if you take wickets consistently, that run rate builds up. I'll just get Wellesley sorted. Come on, fight it. So yeah, keys to obviously get Hales out. He's hit the ball really well. Hang on. Well done.
Alex, surprised that Worrell didn't get a second over with the swing around.
Yeah, it's, I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, the last couple of balls from Nest didn't quite swing, so then you go, righto, Sids, let's try to nip it while there might be a little bit in the wicket. Frankie might bowl the next over with protection and still try to swing it. It's only 3 overs old, so if there's anything there, it'll still be there next over. 6.
Alex Hales just launched it like a rocket up into the second tier.
It's a good take too on the second tier. Yeah, you're right, Alex. You've got to get this man because he can play the Witherall role.
Yeah, that's right. I think he'll go a little bit harder at the top than Jake did. He played a really good innings, Jake, and got us to a competitive target. So, yeah, this is a big wicket. We know they bat pretty deep, but like I said, we keep taking wickets, get the run rate up a little bit in a reduced game, then you never know. Well, mate.
Alex, we'll let you concentrate on the job at hand. Great to chat.
No worries.
What about that 6 from Alex Hales?
Mate, he's picked that up. It's just picked the length up and just, it has gone a million miles.
92 metres. Just launched it. Have a look at this catch too.
No run.
The catch on the in the second tier. Now maybe social distancing. This young man has to sit a seat apart from the young lady next to him, but that has impressed her. Have a look at it. She says, check that out. He's like, yeah, I do it all the time.
Oh, he's got the beer in hand now. He must have just been able to put that down in time. He had so much time.
Wait on, no.
End of the over. So 8 off the over. It's 1 for 18 after 3.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
They're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't get there in time, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
Dan Worrell in that first over got the wicket of Usman Khawaja. Just the amount of swing, predominantly outswing. He has got a good in-swinger, but he just went away from the right-handers, but prodigious movement. And here he is again. So is there still swing in the air? As we heard from Alex Carey, Siddle's more of a wobble seam. It doesn't really swing the ball, just sort of nips it either way off the seam. So really interested to see if there's still some swing.
Just a reminder that 20 runs off the next 4 overs for the Sydney Thunder to get the bash boost point. That would then bring them equal with the Strikers on 28 points. Alex Hales is certainly going to go hard at it.
Well, he only knows one way, doesn't he? But I said at the start, I like the fact that generally he's trying to go down the ground. Gives him a little bit more control. That full face. He missed out, only got 10 yesterday. But there are the points. That's what they're playing for, Strikers Thunder. They want all 4 each. Take Thunder to 31.
All on the way for 4. And also, I can imagine Melbourne Stars fans who are sitting, believe it or not, they're sitting right near the bottom, but there's still a big chance. They play the Sixers tomorrow at the G. If Thunder get this point, they want them to go on and win the game.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, it'd be a disaster for Stars fans if they get the point and not win.
Well, that's right, because you go to the right side of the Strikers, and that net run rate, 0.17, is the same as the Stars. So they can improve that, hopefully, and get them above the Strikers.
Wait on!
Good fielding there from Siddle, the old boy. He keeps reinventing himself from season to season. Whether it's with a new hairstyle, new glasses, always a fitter body.
And he's got that little sleeve that he's been wearing for a sort of NBA style slats that he goes with.
He changes his image every year.
That hurt him though, didn't it? It's got that broken thumb.
So, Bluey, have you seen the swing that you're after with Worrell, or no? A couple of overs later, it's remarkable.
It is. Whether it was, it might just be one shot that, affects the ball, or maybe a little bit more moisture that's got in to the ball. But I reckon the first delivery of this over might have just shaped a fraction. But you've seen Worrell, he's tried to pitch it up just to see whether there was some swing, and it's all just kept angling in towards middle and leg stump.
So you're saying that big 6 up to the second deck wouldn't have really helped it?
Maybe not.
No.
Gee, that's a good looking bat.
It's waiting. Top edge, it'll fly away. 11 so far off the over, 1 to come. Even the edges are good on that.
You get a bit of retro back. He's loved it too, Fergie. He's looking ultra aggressive today, Blue. He's come out and he's hammering from the start.
Oh, I think, when you're chasing these smaller totals, just try and get off to a flyer. It's the best way.
Yeah, get that cameo.
Yep.
Hales is 17 off 10. I mean, Fergie's 12 off 12.
Yep.
But looking to attack every shot.
Get a 2 here. And Renshaw does the fielding. 13 off that over. It's 1 for 31 after 4.
The brand is actually iconic.
Harshad Shantilal Mehta. Big Bull. Harshad is a hero.
Fraud. Funds किसके हैं? Every single penny belongs to the people of India.
पर आपको पता है मेरा सबसे बड़ा क्राइम क्या है? कि मैं हर्षद मेहता हूँ.
Partnership 31 off 23, just 7 more for the bash boost point. Got 3 overs to complete that. That'll bring them to 28 points alongside the Adelaide Strikers. 3 points for victory. Last game for all of the clubs over the next 24 hours. Here's Wes Agar. What a tournament he's had. And he's just treated to little Alex Hale special. Shows the full face of the bat for 4.
Yeah, that's what I love. He stands so still. He's looking straight. He just opens himself up slightly. He knows he's just got to half hit that. It's over the infield. I mean, that's a fully hit shot. Almost going all the way down the ground at Adelaide for 6. Stand and deliver. It's just a good length for he smack back over your head. That's what he's done right the way through. How impressive. He's 21 off 11.
And 21 wickets for Agar. And beautifully placed. Renshaw can't get there.
I think that's the point. Is that the boost?
And it certainly is.
Yep.
So we many clubs around the Big Bash Nation watching this thinking we want the Thunder to go on with it now.
Yeah, well, that just changes the ladder as we've been talking about it all day. Just at that point there.
Hales has got bigger fish to fry. It's an edge as it doesn't fly all the way down to Gibson.
He wants an early night.
That's the way he plays. He loves it, though.
I think that first shot earned himself the right to cash in on the second shot as well, because I think what happened was, as we look at the table, so the Thunder move into third spot with their net run rate, so equal with the strikers, but their run rate's better. Yeah, that full delivery that he hit over mid-off, and then he probably thought, yeah, he's just going to probably shorten it up a little bit with the second ball.
Oof, well fielded. That was hit hard. Agar's been lined up here a little bit. He's had a sensational BBL, but Thunder, they're doing what you're saying, Blue. I think they're working on the fact that go hard, get the cameo partnership, cameo innings, and then you've just knocked it back to a run of ball. Look, already, original rate was 8.29 and over. It's just at 8 now.
He's just silenced the crowd to a degree as well, Hales. He's taking the crowd out of a factor.
Well, they came and revved up, didn't they? Once Khawaja was walking back for his first ball duck in BBL for him, and they were revved up.
They were revved up when Weatherall 80 not out. If you've just joined us, what a great knock. 4 for 115 and 80 of it from Weatherall. So a good first over from a Thunder point of view off Wes Agar. 12 off that over. 1 for 43 after 5.
सुविधा शुल्क से लेने वाला और देने वाले दोनों को फायदा होता है।
अच्छा?
हाँ, आप ऐसे समझिए, आप जो वो चौधरी अंकल को बोल के अपना वेटिंग टिकट कंफर्म करवाते हो, कैसे करवाते हो? घूस देके थोड़ा ना करवाते हो, देते तो सुविधा शुल्क ही हो। और आज देखो, चौधरी अंकल स्विफ्ट डिजायर से चल रहे हैं, हम यहाँ स्विफ्ट डिजायर से चल रहे हैं।
सही है बेटा।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक, आई है नए किस्सों की गुड लक, सिर्फ सोनी लिव पर।
So the Sydney Thunder eyeing victory, and Alex Hales is eyeing 500 runs in BBL 10. Philippines had a great tournament. Alex Carey's there, missed out tonight. Colin Munro and Ben McDermott and Jake Weatherall both on 401. Some of the stars of the tournament, but golden cap at the moment in the hand of Alex Hales. 500 runs within sight.
Yeah, just phenomenal. Just phenomenal to churn it out like that in a T20 competition. Means so much to your side. You don't get away with just one player doing it. They've got a good unit, the Thunder. But Philippi is part of a good unit as well at the Sixers.
So Liam O'Connor to try to turn the game. That hasn't helped. So Ferguson gets a boundary straight away. So talented square of the wicket.
Yeah, as you said, Michael Slater, that's one of his strengths. Through the covers and then very good cutter of the ball. Similar to John O'Well's, just that area. He's dynamite. Got the width.
That was a real loosener, wasn't it? Short and wide.
Yep. All right.
Just class players. 48 off 31 this partnership.
Yeah, and you just think that the recovery that the strikers made, they were 3 for 35. So they did so well, didn't they, Richo? Getting that total of 115. That was a rebuild in the back end. And the Thunder are doing a lot of hard work at the front of their overs.
Liam O'Connor has an impossible task, though, Bluey, trying to replace Rashid Khan.
Yeah, well, he's played 3 games since Rashid Khan left the Strikers. 11 overs, 2 for 68. So not a real genuine wicket taker, I suppose, but his economy rate 6.18. So he's doing a decent job.
Go for 2. Well run.
Good running. Really good running. He's sort of a leggy out of the fingers, though. He's not a wrist. I wouldn't call him a wrist leg spinner, would you, Blue?
No, you're right.
It's sort of like, through the fingers.
Yeah, it's pushed mainly out the front of the hand.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yep.
There again, just too short and wide. There's no purchase. Just sliding on. There's the coaching staff in the back. Great Jason Gillespie. What a bowler he was. Let's not forget he's 200 against Bangladesh either.
He won't let you.
No, exactly.
One to come in this over. Hales is annoyed he misses out there. So 9 runs off the over. 6 overs complete. 1 for 52.
Come on, get out now.
You never win with violence. You only win when you maintain your dignity.
सुबह का नाश्ता भी तो हम ही बनाए थे, हम सब कर लेंगे यार।
वो छोड़ो, मीनू क्या है बताओ।
अरे मेनू,
अरे मेन्यू यार।
हाँ वही।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक, आई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक, सिर्फ सोनी लिव पर।
It's been a superb partnership because the back was certainly against the wall after the first delivery with a Jaffa from Daniel Worrell, knocking over Usman Khawaja.
Well, it was like just getting through the first over, wasn't it? Because that was such a beautiful outswinging over, and would have put a bit of a shudder through the sheds when you see Khawaja walking off first cherry. But I suppose if you just analyse it, put it down to, well, that's just a bowler getting a batsman out. That wasn't so much a batting error. Uzi probably doesn't think like that, but
I'm sure you wouldn't in the same position.
Well, look, someone coming in at you, bowling pace and getting it right first ball, that's a hard ball to face. It's going to knock a lot of guys over. You're trying to jam down on it, I suppose, but it's going to knock a lot over.
It's hard to have perspective, though, when you're the batsman that gets knocked over.
No, exactly right.
Yeah.
It's everyone else's fault.
It was fairly late swing as well. He's got that ability, Dan Worrell, just to, some bowlers swing it from the hand. They're in a great position now, aren't they, the Thunder? 9 wickets in hand, and they need 63 from 46.
Well, you just think about what we were saying when the Strikers were batting, Blue. Those couple of big overs, you have an over of 15, or let's say it's an over of 18. And if they have one of those, like Hales gets going for 1 over, it's can be a doddle for them from that point. That's why they've got to get him out now. Maybe not. Maybe another catch up there somewhere, Richo. Dear oh dear.
That's 4 seats back in the second tier. He really hits it. You can see why he's the #1 6-hitter in the tournament. Over 500 runs in the tournament, for the second time, joining Stoinis and Darcy short with that feat. It's rare air.
Oh, the striking from Alex Hales. There was almost like an echo that went through the Adelaide Oval after he hit that.
There we go, the 500. Who is it going to again?
That's our great friends over in WA.
Near Albury. Albany.
Albany.
I know that they're a great cricket club, I can assure you of that.
Well, they're enjoying the sixes, that's for sure.
That's right.
57 from 44. Run rate 7.77. Alex Hales 28 sixes in this BBL. That is phenomenal. 7 better than Ben McDermott, and it's just been raining sixes from his bat.
Hear him talking to himself there.
Well, he's just equal Marcus Stoinis' most sixes in a BBL series season. That was in BBL 09 last year. So that's how prolific it's been.
And he's got finals to come, so
yeah, he hasn't stopped yet.
The way they're going. Those outside edges have just found the gaps here and runs away for 4. Into the over. 12 off the over. 7 overs complete. 1 for 64. Alex Carey. Oh, it's getting tight for your team now.
Yeah, it looks like there's a fair bit of moisture out here on the ball and sliding on quite nicely. So yeah, we need to break this partnership, that's for sure.
How do you try and what plan do you take against Hales now?
What plan should we take, Halsey, against you? What plan should we take against you? Wide?
What's he saying?
Gonna go heady? He's probably not going to take heady, but I reckon he will, to be honest.
I could be bluffing.
Yeah. Could be bluffing, he said. Could be honest.
Right.
That's a good insight.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it?
I love it. That's the batsman himself. How do we get you out?
That is so good for Alex Hales. Because the spinner's on, we'll won't get a chance to chat to Alex, but we appreciate him asking the question.
Well, mate.
Yeah, he's got this well and truly under control, Alex Hales. Even, you know, when he's not getting the boundaries, he's just taking no risk and getting a run of ball. So 49 from 40 is all they need.
Callum Ferguson's finding the gaps in the Adelaide Oval, an arena he knows so well.
Yeah, well, that's clever batting, isn't it? Just a chip shot for 2.
Well, I think he was looking for 6 then, and then I reckon Head just got him a little bit with his length, and he just sort of ended up just easing down his shot a little bit and just getting it for 2.
I think he'd be keen to take down his mate for a bit of bragging rights here.
I don't. He just wants the win.
Yeah.
He just wants the win.
So, of course, after this over, they can take the power surge. So, when will they do that? Well, they've got 2 batsmen who are flying along a partnership of 70 off 45. It looks a perfect time to bring the fielders in and start lofting.
I don't reckon they'll take it, Richard. I reckon they're happy with the way they're going. They need to run a ball, so they won't want to change anything. Whereas the strikers might have to start actually bringing the field in anyway.
I don't know where you did me your maths. 46 off 37 to run a ball.
Close to.
Yeah, no, it's mathematical skill.
2 metres. Peter Siddle back into the attack. What can... Oh, no, it's Wes Agar. Apologies.
Just a breakthrough now. Make it a little nervy. I don't think I'd be nervy for a while at Thunder, even if there was a wicket to fall. One thing they know, though, if Hale stays there, they'll do it well within the 14. That's the buffer it will give them. But that's the cameo that you need from the top to knock off a total. 40 off 24, even if he got out, you've got a strong batting lineup right through the middle.
Follows Ferguson and pays the ultimate penalty.
Yeah, that's just been bluffed by the batsman, really, isn't it? It was Ferguson giving himself some room, jumping to the onside, and then Agar just chasing him. But just went too far with it. It's getting away.
I support the Adelaide Strikers, but when I'm commentating, I'm neutral.
Oh, you are not. Sure. You get grumpy. You're just about...
Boundary. Matty Renshaw. Hide it. Just hold the bat.
No, it was more the time. Right. The edge can come into play, you know.
So nearly a run of ball required for the Thunder.
Nearly. Good work, Luke.
It's interesting. Wes Agar came into the tournament with 21 wickets, and Tanveer Sangha came.
That isn't it? It's almost, I don't know, is it an ego thing at play? I'm the best batsman against the best bowler, and I'm going to take you down here.
Yeah. Well bowled. Seven off the over, 2 to come.
Didn't chase him on that occasion. Ferguson with that same plan of jumping to the onside. Just trying, when he does that, he's trying to open up his favourite part of the ground, which is, it's also going to the shorter boundary, but he's opening up that through point, through cover, backward point.
367 runs for the tournament for Ferguson. Been terrific as well. He lofts here. He could be in trouble. No, Renshaw can't get there.
Yeah, Matty Renshaw on the field for Ryan Gibson. So Ryan Gibson must have injured himself somehow, because Renshaw's basically been out there the whole time. But coming in from deep point, couldn't quite get there.
To check to see what the injury there is from a finals point of view, because he's been an important player. Got Liam O'Connor and he confused in the outfield at one stage, but there he is, Ryan Gibson.
Yeah, I wonder what niggles are around there. Steve O'Keefe didn't play for the Sixers last night. A little bit of a tweak to the calf, so there may be a few little niggles to important players in the squads.
Well, calf injuries can be really hard to shake. So last ball of this over. Fallen at the stumps from Agar. Squeezed out by Hales for a single. 9 off the over, apologies. 1 for 81.
Arshad Shantilal Mehta. Big Bull. Man of integrity. Arshad is a hero.
Fraud.
Arshad Mehta backward.
शेयर मार्केट इतना गहरा कुआं है जो पूरे देश की पैसे की प्यास बुझा सकता है, और मैं इस कुएं में डुबकी लगाना चाहता हूं। देखो, मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता, पर जेब में लाइटर जरूर रखता हूं, धमाका करने के लिए।
Alex Hales has had an incredible tournament. Not only so consistent with over 500 runs, but 28 sixes in BBL 10, equaling Marcus Stoinis' unbelievable season last year.
Yeah, again, you'd think that Lynn might be the top of that list, but it's now Hales and Stoinis. One more. And you tend to think it's going to happen this evening, don't you, Richard?
Oh, well, poor old Chris Lynn. They didn't play as many games back then. He was still bombing 26.
No, exactly right.
Yes.
Exactly right.
Tell you what, the DJ's had a big night tonight. He's got YMCA going. The crowd's up and about. We wait for him to finish.
Well, about half an hour overtime, thanks to the DJ.
Connor with another opportunity. 1 for 9 in his first over, not too bad. that needs to somehow try and squeeze this wicket. He's not going to with those sort of deliveries. He's bowling a lot down and wide of off stump.
So Alec, imagine how much dews out there, or how wet the ground is, whether it be hard.
Yeah, indication, I think, him just sort of rubbing his hands down in the turf there.
Theo, you had a chance to look at the oval. I don't think due to COVID we can actually get you out there, but it looks pretty slippery.
No, we couldn't have a look earlier on, but yeah, as you said, there's just water galore. It is a bit slippery now. It tends to happen in Adelaide and night matches. That the later it goes, the slipperier it gets too.
Slippery ball would be the enemy of the leggy, no doubt.
Yeah, I think there's probably some humidity there too. Thickish air, not a moisture around.
So 2 runs off the over though. Good over, 2 to come though. 2 important balls. Fully to Alex Hales is only going to end up in one spot. And that is over the top.
29, top of the tree. New record and sets the new standard.
That's what the good players do, don't they? You miss and they capitalise on the mistake. Been a good over, but just over pitching, and he gets underneath it, helps it on its way. Fantastic batting from Alex Hales. He's been very, very good all tournament. Excellent tonight.
1 run for another half century in the tournament. And he'll get it with a fielding mistake. And there it is. So 9 off the over, 10 overs complete. 1 for 90 in Alex Hales. A record in this tournament.
Yep. He's been very good. There he is, top of the tree. Big Stoin oil. Last year, 28. Along with Livingston from the Perth Scorchers. Yeah. He belted and then he hit some huge sixes. Then in 05. Darcy Short and then again. So well done, Alex Hales. He's got a few more. So finals coming up.
450 for the tournament, Hales. You're adding a century. And now they're going to go the power surge. Just
adding the surge.
Little wax on, wax off, just to rub salt in the wounds here.
To try and ice the game.
Yeah. 26 off 24. Siddle with the ball in hand. So here we go. It'll either be a wicket or it'll be a massive over. I get the sense, so it might be both, but you're taking it to try and go a little bit harder. Will certainly give yourself the ability to go in the air, but Hales doesn't worry. He's the example for any of the guys who want to hit more consistently. To me, it's how still he keeps himself. He's not shuffling around too much. He keeps his head and eyes so still on contact.
Inside out, flat 6.
Well, Sids, I'm sorry, mate, but that's not too bad a delivery.
See, even that, Slatsy, and we saw it from Darcy Short last night, like he'll move, but then pretty much at point of delivery, still. Yeah, the movements are precise. They're not really quick. They're just, you can stay balanced and move at the same time. That's a great example.
Oh, no. And then he shells one to a fielder and he can't believe it. Oh, no. But, it's extraordinary hitting.
Yeah, he's brilliant to watch, isn't he? And that's what we expect at the top of the order in Big Bash cricket.
Well, we see it in, all the teams. They've all got them.
Well, in your born too soon, you were both at the top of the order in your respective teams. Would you be doing this?
Oh, of course.
Social media has just lit up with a lot of discussion.
Slats had to change his team at the last second, didn't he? Because I had Slats in my team. And
No, it was awesome you selected me, and I just had to quickly get the graphics department to get someone out. I won't tell you who was it. Just got... Bluey was always in.
Dashing at the top of the order, and then the little 120 medium paces.
Hey, 120? Yeah. What, was I injured?
I thought I was adding
Did
to
you ever
it.
see Blue bowl? Blue had the run in his arms and just sort of cross over in front of him. It was off-putting.
Down the ground, beautifully played with the field up. He can loft with confidence.
There's that power spot again. It's a nice sound off the bat. Cross seam from Peter Siddle. This has been a really good performance for the Thunder.
It's not a bad length to get, though. That's just a pick-me-up length, I think. Siddle was trying Yorker. Just drags it down slightly and then walks back. Looking quite dejected, actually, with that delivery. 15 off 20.
So the 100's up for the Thunder. And now they've got more runs in mind. Finds the pocket. Phil Salt's done a good job.
Yeah, Hales slipped. They were looking for 2.
DJ gets involved.
So all these results are starting to affect other teams, and the Stars were the ones probably watching most eagerly.
Well, what it does is, if things continue here, end of the over. So a 12 off that over, 11 overs, 1 for 102.
सुविधा शुल्क से लेने वाला और देने वाले दोनों को फायदा होता है।
अच्छा?
हाँ, आप ऐसे समझिए, आप जो वो चौधरी अंकल को बोल के अपना वेटिंग टिकट कंफर्म करवाते हो, कैसे करवाते हो? घूस देके थोड़ा ना करवाते हो, देते तो सुविधा शुल्क ही हो। और आज देखो, चौधरी अंकल स्विफ्ट डिजायर चल रहे हैं, हम यहाँ सिर्फ डिजायर से चल रहे हैं।
सही है बेटा।
लेकर नए साल का गुड लक, आई है नए किस्सों की गुल्लक, सिर्फ सोनी लिव पर।
So the run to the finals, it's just so close with 7 out of the 8 teams still dreaming of finals, a couple of dreaming of home finals. And Sydney Thunder certainly are. So last roll of the dice maybe for the Strikers to try to bring back the Thunder here with Dan Worrell with ball in hand. Ferguson just working nicely. So we're set up for tomorrow, and 3 huge games. Scorchers versus Heat. Scorchers playing for top 2 and a home final. Heat playing to get into the finals. Renegades nothing to play for, but can be the spoil sports.
Yes.
You can imagine.
Well, they can be. There's no doubt. They'd be shattered that they haven't been able to click.
Yeah.
They'd be shattered. And it just kept getting away. They're probably just in there and trying too hard.
Oh, is he taken it all the way across? No! He's landed perfectly short of a fielder. That was a hoik from way outside off stump.
That's 2 years in a row, though, for the Renegades.
Yeah. They
got some problems.
Well, yeah. Got to try and find the answers. Just the balance of the squad. You know, there's obviously something not allowing a freedom of play or the ability to click together as a group.
So they play the Hurricanes tomorrow. Hurricanes need to win to eye a spot in the finals. Aaron Finch, of course, at the top of the order. Anything can happen from a Renegades point of view. Just had horrible luck.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just not having a guy like Finch have the season of a Hales.
Yeah.
Maybe as simple as that. It could be as simple as that. And then you set the agenda. One guy sets the agenda for the rest of them. And you flow from that confidence.
So Sean Marsh at the top of the order as well. He got off to a good start, but then well, he left the tournament for a very good reason. He wanted to be there for the birth of his 3rd child, which is very fair enough. So just lacked momentum, haven't they?
Yes.
And then we come down to the Sixers versus Stars.
Yeah, looking
tomorrow
forward
night at the G.
Looking forward to that one.
We'll be there, won't we?
We'll be there, Blue.
That's it.
Double header. You'll be there, Richo?
I will be there with bells on. Really looking forward to it.
Are you going to ride there?
I should.
I'll have a piccolo waiting for you.
I should. You're right. So 9 off 15. The Thunder have got this under control at the moment.
You mentioned that game, Richo, the Hurricanes Renegades. I'm telling you now, the Hurricanes will be so worried. You know, they'll be thinking, look, you know, most teams are banking the points against the Renegades, but when they have to win it, I'll just be worried about the Renegades. Have they got one more bullet in their barrel?
Well, the Stars were banking the point against the Renegades, and a little cameo from Mackenzie Harvey, whose uncle must have been in the mix for You're Born Too Soon. The freak Ian Harvey, he would have been some sort of a
I thought of Hart.
He was outstanding with ball and bat.
Yeah, no, he was actually opening with Gilly there, and
he was not.
He was the one I eliminated to get blue for you. No, I did.
You can see it on social media.
No, I got Moody. I went Tom Moody. Oh, he's missed out there, Hales. He never misses those. No, Ian Harvey was there, and I just thought of big Tom Moody.
Yeah.
Did you like that selection?
I did, because he was dynamic with the bat, and also could certainly bowl well for Australia in ODI cricket.
Yeah, and I didn't think, when asked to do it, I didn't think of going back to, because Viv was my favourite player. Yeah. I would have had Viv in, but I didn't think I was going back to that era.
Tom Moody, bit clumsy in the field for me. T20 cricket.
Oh, he's got that one.
Has he got enough, though? Well, he's got the gap, more importantly. One bounce over the rope. So they're going to need just 4 runs off the last 2 overs. 10 off that over. 1 for 112.
Harshad Shantilal Mehta. Big bull. Man of integrity. Harshad is a hero.
Fraud.
Harshad Mehta है कौन?
शेयर मार्केट इतना गहरा कुआं है जो पूरे देश की पैसे की प्यास बुझा सकता है, और मैं इस कुएं में डुबकी लगाना चाहता हूं। देखो, मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता, पर जेब में लाइटर जरूर रखता हूं, धमाका करने के लिए।
Thunder got redemption over the Adelaide Strikers. Just 4 more runs to finish it off. Great partnership, 112 off 73.
They've done it in grand style, haven't they? It's the way they lose. First ball of the innings, Usman Khawaja's back and he's walking off, and they haven't lost another wicket since. And it's been through some really clever batting from Ferguson and just the brutality of Hales again, who's 63 from 39.
Peter Siddle taken straight down the ground, and that will be enough. There's the 4. Callum Ferguson finishes it off. What a partnership, 116. He'll finish on 46 not out. Hales 63. They were totally dominant.
They were clinical tonight, and well done to the Thunder. Of course, they played this game yesterday, and the Strikers won that game, and they had to bounce back, and that's certainly what they've done. They've dominated the game, really. It was only that innings from Jake Weatherald who was superb today. His, the last probably 6 or 7 overs, he sort of gave the Strikers something to try and defend, but after that early dismissal of Usman Khawaja, Hales and Ferguson just had that intent right away that they wanted to get it done early, get on top of the strike rate, and they did that. So a very, very good performance by the Thunder.
And there's the man who has been raising the bar. He's got the most sixes ever in BBL history, and he has certainly got that gold cap secure on his head for the time being. So brilliant stuff.
He was sensational, wasn't he, Alex Hales? So the Adelaide Strikers 4 for 115, run down by the Sydney Thunder, and then we roll forward to tomorrow. Renegades versus the Hurricanes. Can the Hurricanes win and make their way into the finals? They've got an elite top 6. And then a rematch of last year's final. The Melbourne Stars needing to win to get into the finals, and the Sydney Sixers are trying to win to get a home final. And let's have a look. It is mouth-watering what's coming up. So Sydney Thunder go to 3rd, Strikers sit at 4th. The Hurricanes, if they can defeat the Renegades and get 4 points, they get the bonus point as well, they would go to 31, and the Strikers would slide down to 5th. The Brisbane Heat, of course, are playing the Scorchers. If they could cause an upset and get the 4 points, the Adelaide Strikers might slide all the way down to 6th. And then, of course, the Melbourne Stars playing the Sixers have a big opportunity to get their way in. So many different combinations and permutations still coming up.
Yep, and all those matches tomorrow. So we will know by the end of tomorrow where we stand for the finals. So a great day for tomorrow in the Big Bash.
So Callum Ferguson makes a headband look good with his 46 not out off 33. He's done it in style. Alex Hales, 63 not out of 39. They were both great contributors. So was Jake Weatherald, 80 not out of 47. Jason Gillespie thinks, what could have been there?
Yeah, he looked a little concerned. It was the way they started off with the bat. And so the choice to field first from the Thunder perspective has worked out.
They were 3 for 39 off 8 overs.
Yeah.
So they were in it was a tale of woe. They did a remarkable job to fight back with overs of 17 and 18 and 15 to get back to post some sort of a total, but you just sensed it was always short.
Yeah, they were just on right from the word go, the Sydney Thunder and the Strikers were. So the debrief starts for the Adelaide Strikers. Is that it? That might be the last time they play in BBL 10.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll catch up with the player of the match on the other side. Dominant performance by the Sydney Thunder.